Yahawah, we the Hebrew Israelites. We come out week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of the sinful kingdom called America, also known as Babylon in the scriptures. And first and foremost, before we get started, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son in their proper true names in the Hebrew tongue. Call.
Halayim,
La, Yahawah, Bahashim, Yahawah, Bahashim, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amah. I also want to give a double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, also to our elders as well, down here in the Lions Den of Yasharala Camp, Area 1. Salutations to all the occupants around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth for sincerity. Today we have a lesson, Lord willing, is edifying to the hopefully elect out there, and also the men, women, and children that believe in sincerity as well, man. And with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into it.
All right, Shalom, man. The title of this lesson is going to be basically, Yahawah will put them all to shame. All right, and that's a broad aspect that you could put many people under, a big umbrella that you could put many corporations, different divisions of Esau up under, dealing with their innovators, their corporations, their government, their New World Order, their churches, right? All the agencies. All right now, the whole conscience of Esau is that their houses are going to continue forever. And they're pushing all their innovations, their dreams, their ideas. All right, but the Lord, at the end of the day, the Most High is setting them up in pride so He can put them all to shame, man. All right, they're gonna put them all to shame.
That nation sign too.
Yep. Yeah, you good. Let me get the scripture.
This is
Psalms 10 and 2.
This is Psalms 10 and verse 2.
Yep.
The wicked in his pride doeth pursue the poor.
Right.
Persecute the poor.
Persecute the poor. So right now, Esau's in their pride. They're in their rulership. And what did they do with their rulership? Pass me that. See that sign right there? So what they did with their rulership is decide to what? To set their eyes bowing down to the earth. To persecute the poor. Now you got to point to it. And who's the poor? The Israelites. We the real poor. All right. But the Lord said what? Somebody get that? Revelation 2, what's that, 2 and 9? Let's get that real quick. All right. So in their pride and their rulership, the Lord what? Somebody get that? Destruction pride comes before great destruction. Yeah, pride comes before great destruction or something like that.
Pride coming before downfall.
Before fall? Yep. Right, bro.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich.
Right, so the Lord said He knows our work and He knows why we're in poverty. The Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We're the ones in poverty. We don't own corporations like Bill Gates. We don't own mass productions of farms all over the world, buying them in conglomerates. Right? We don't own the world like Esau claims to. Own the color, black, blue. They got copyrights and stuff like that. They own the air, portions of the air, elements in it. They own land. They can destroy areas like Wyoming, allegedly, just to harness the minerals there and the resources, just like North Carolina. All right? So that's what type of power they got. They can manipulate the weather. So we're the poor, if you look at it in the sense of rulership. All right? He said, somebody keep going.
It says, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogues of Satan.
Right. All right. So they're the synagogue of Satan. All right. So they're the gathering of the Lord's adversaries. That's what the word Satan means. Adversary. Adversary to what? Righteousness. All right. So, but the Most High is going to put them all to shame. Somebody get Jeremiah 2 and 14 real quick. Go ahead with the other precept. Somebody had?
I'll come with it.
Yeah, that one.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall.
See that? So why did the Lord raise up Pharaoh? All right, somebody get that? What is it? Is that Romans?
Yep.
We raised up Pharaoh. All right, so this is why the Lord raised up Pharaoh, to show the Most High's power, to put those Egyptians to shame. You see that? And what did the Egyptians wind up saying at the end of the day? They wound up saying, your people are righteous and our people are wicked, the Egyptians. So that's what Esau is going to wind up realizing, that the Lord is not dealing with them, and He's going to put all their their devices to shame. All their imagination is gonna be put to shame, man. All right, somebody got it?
I got it. I don't know this exact one. This is Sirach chapter 16, verse 15.
Yep.
It says, the Lord hardened Pharaoh that he should not know him, that his powerful works might be known to the world.
There you go. See that? All right, so he hardened Pharaoh's heart just so Pharaoh could not know him, so he could show his power to the world. So why did he raise up Esau? To show his power to the world. Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout through all the earth.
See that? So the Lord gonna show his power by destroying these devils, man. So he raised them up for the same reason. That's why they rule in this world, so they can have that what? Habakkuk 2 spirit lifted up in them and not upright in them. Yep. Somebody got that Jeremiah?
Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 14.
Yep.
Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Right, because we the poor. We became a homeborn slave, man. We became servants to these devils. All right? So the Lord knows that we're in poverty right now as far as rulership concerns. All right? Yeah, go ahead.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse
We're going to get back to this point.
5. It says, yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
Right, see, because they transgressed through their business, because they became bankers, financiers, able to lend. What the scripture say? Deuteronomy 28. He shall lend to thee. Yep, I get that. I hope. All right, these damn shoes, man. I got my church shoes on. Remember that back in the day? He was sliding all over the floor. We used to play basketball in ours.
Bruh, I was just about to say that, bruh. People used to clown me because I was playing basketball with the
Yep. All right, go ahead. Somebody read.
trying to do Deuteronomy 28.
Okay. Yeah, he shall lend to thee, man. They became the what? The bankers. And because of that, go ahead, Habakkuk 2.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
Right, because they've transgressed. Transgress means to continually sin. But they've transgressed in through their business, through their philosophy, right? Through their demonocracy. And they say, what? Who seeth us? Nobody gonna do nothing. All right? But the Lord said, what? He gonna put them all to shame. Go ahead, a little bit more.
God says, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people.
All people, man. And that's a carnal man that would want to do that. Because we can't take none of this stuff on the earth with us. You see that? But they want to gain the whole world. Like they could take it with them to the spirit world.
That's that Egyptian mindset.
Yeah, that's the Egyptian mindset. Oh, what? Huh? Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Obadiah 1 and 3. The proud of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks.
Right, they dwell in the clefts of the rocks, representing Petra. All right? And that land over there in Edom, they would look at their caves as safety. So they became prideful even then. All right, when they built the kingdom of Edom on the plateau, they set walls up, they set caves up. Go ahead.
Whose habitation is high.
See, their habitation is high because literally, yeah, they're in rulership, but this scripture was talking about, not to go too deep, but when Esau was building the land of Edom, all right, the kingdom of Edom, they built it upon a plateau, all right? So you had to go up to it. And ever since then, they've been high-minded, man. But they are low-based, demonic people. But the Lord said their habitation is high. They had walls, what do they call that, barriers, blocking off the land of Moab and the Philistines. And then you couldn't get up the other way because it was so high on the plateau. So the Lord said what? Because their habitation is high. Go ahead.
That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Right, so even now, I wish I could pull it to me and shit. But I might keep this one close. But now, they've been exalted in this world. All right? They've Job 9:24, Ashar. Yep, let him get. Go ahead, you keep going.
who saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
That's what they're saying in their heart. And their heart doesn't mean, it doesn't represent one individual. It's a mindset. All right, it's a conglomerate that they have, man. They all have one mind. And they're saying, who can bring them down to the ground, man? Because they've been exalted so high in pride. All right? But the Lord is doing that, so he said, what? Pride cometh before a fall.
Is it Job? Is it Job chapter 9, verse 24? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he?
So not just Edom, not just the land of Edom was given to them, but the whole world. The whole world been put into their hands, man. And look what they decided to do with it. Revelation chapter 6. The pale horse. Yeah, the whole earth been given into their hand. Look what they did to it. And look what they planning on doing to it even further. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, real quick. Yeah.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 6, verse 8.
Right, that's why the Lord said the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. They was already destroying the earth. All right, bringing transgression to the earth. Go ahead.
And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him.
Right, so what are they bringing? Death and hell, martial law. All right. No, that's cool. That's that one. That's that one.
Hey, go up to verse 4.
Okay. Verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red,
Yep.
and power was given to him.
No, I don't want that one. I
Okay,
want the pale horse. Yep.
All right. Verse 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse,
Yep.
and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto them.
You see that power? All right, so that power was given unto them. You see that? Go ahead.
Over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword.
Over the fourth part of the earth to kill with that same sword the brother Canuck was just talking about. All right, that was given to the red horse. So now they were given power to kill all around the world. All right, it says the fourth part of the earth, but really it said the four parts of the earth. All right, not just America. It's gonna be around the whole world. Go ahead.
And it says unto them over the four parts of the earth to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beast of the earth.
So you put the world into their hands, and this is what they do with it. You see that? So they're gonna be put to shame. Go ahead, brother.
This is Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10.
Yeah, don't lose on precepts, y'all.
Let favor be shown to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
Right. Let favor be shown to the wicked, man. And how was favor shown to the wicked? You can go all the way back to the times of King Jehoshaphat in the 9th and 8th century BC. Favor was shown to them when we let them. Who was that ran them out of there? The Nabateans. The Nabateans and those some Syrian, some Nubian tribes ran them out of Edom, and they wound up coming onto the southern borders of Judah. All right, and Jehoshaphat made a peace treaty with them, showing them what? Favor. Over and over again, time and time again, you show favor to the wicked, and what did they do? In the land of uprightness, what was that? That was our land. And what did they do? They came in and defiled it during the time of the Maccabees, right? With, what was his name? Antiochus Epiphanes. Okay. You had, what's his name? Pompey, around 64, 65 BC. You had who else?
Even when
Herod.
Even when Nebuchadnezzar came in there, they helped with the destroying of the temple.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When he broke the treaty, they broke that treaty, so they were showing them favor. But still, they will never. Even with Herod, he claimed to know the laws, but they can't do what? Read that again.
It says, Isaiah 26 and 10.
Right, the Lord let them in our land. But the Lord put the Bible in their hands here in America. But still what?
It says, let favor be shown unto the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord.
See that? So that's why the Lord said what? A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, a fatherless nation. The Lord never going to take them in as children. All right, they can be in our land. They can try to imitate us all they want, but they'll never be the righteous children of Yahawah.
100%.
All right, yep, because Yahawah wasn't sent to them, man. Go ahead, bro.
Psalms 50 and 16. But unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou should take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction and cast my words behind thee.
Transgress more and more. I think it's a little bit more.
A little bit more?
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they hate his instruction. Is it a little bit more? It's like one more line.
It says, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consented with him, and hast been partakers with adulterers.
Right, that was our people. But he said, what? What was the first part?
It says, verse 16, it says, but unto the wicked Yahweh saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that should take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing that thou hatest instruction and cast my words behind thee.
Right, they ain't gonna do nothing but cast it behind them. All right, let's keep going with the point. Go ahead, brother.
Back at Revelation chapter 6, verse 9.
Yep.
And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the
that was it. That was it.
God.
Somebody had a precept there holding?
Jeremiah.
Yeah, what you reading, Nicole?
I just got through reading Isaiah 24, let favor be shown to the wicked.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, I said you had that Deuteronomy.
Whoever got it. Whoever want to bring it up.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high.
Right, so what did the Lord say? Strange from the womb? Right, so it's talking about Esau. They're always going to be estranged from the Father. Even though they're in our land, they'll never be close to the Father. All right?
And thou shalt come down very low.
Right, so we came down very low. We became the poor. They became the rich on this earth. All right, the Lord said they were going to gain with the sword. That's Genesis 27. And the fatness of the earth. Go ahead, bro.
This is Psalms chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb.
See, they're estranged from the womb. That's that stranger. All right, that got up above us very high, man. Go ahead.
It says they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
There you go. So they go as soon as they be born, they are estranged from the Father, man. But they're in our land acting like they're God's children. That way, he said their fathers have inherited lies, man. They inherited lies from birth. You see that? Where was that?
You want more on the Deuteronomy?
Yeah, a little bit more.
Verse 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail.
Right, see that? You know, so he wanted to be in the lenders. What's that? Bankers. See that? When we go to the bank, you want to start a business, you got to go to the banks. Who own the banks? These devils. You want to go to a college? Who started the university? The Rockefellers. You see that? You want to get a job? You got to pay taxes to them. Right? You want to get a license? You got to get licensed through the courts. All right? You got to deal with the IRS, which is all backed by England. You know, the dragon. So let's keep going. Where was that? Son?
Back at
You got precept back here? Go ahead, bro.
This book of Daniel, chapter 4 and verse 17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men.
The basis of men. They the basis of men. All right, ruling this world. All right, somebody get that? Wisdom of Solomon 6 and 1. That's right, man. So the Lord, the Most High, is the one that judges who's in power and who's not. But Esau is driven by their pride. That's their drive. That's their determination. It's to devour the whole earth, to conquer it, and even some endeavor to destroy it, to destroy the earth and the people, called depopulation. It's part of their satanic belief.
Precept.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 14 and 32. It says the wicked is driven away in his wickedness.
Right, so they're driven away in his own wickedness. So they're driven away. They're driven astray, and they're going to be driven away. All right, they're driven astray by their wickedness and their pride, deceiving their own selves, like the scripture say in Obadiah, that pride have deceived thee, but also them creating those missiles. That wickedness, that science that they're into, it led them so far that they started splitting atoms. dealing with explosives and shit like that. You know, giving them God-like powers to be able to destroy a whole city. After World War II, that's when they started calling themselves gods. God-like. Wasn't it Oppenheimer? He said, "I have become destroyer of nations."
Precept.
They said, yeah, so America started literally calling themselves the God on the earth and those bankers after World War II. Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalms chapter 9, verse 15. It says, the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made.
Right, so they've been deceived by their own wickedness, man, that they made. You know, because he said what? He is a liar and the father of it. And what is it? Satan? Walk in the power of Satan. We coming in the power of Satan, all lying wonders.
Oh yeah, Thessalonians.
Yeah.
It says, the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, and the net which they hid is their own foot taken.
See that? They hid the net for who? They hid the net for Jacob, man. They set a trap for the bird Israel. They threw out the net to catch the fish. All right, go ahead though.
All right, this 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. It says, for the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who will let it until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. And that's it. One of those signs was them creating the atom bomb that they dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And that was the trap that set them up. The moment they did that, they're the only nation on this earth that's ever used nuclear weapons in a war. Right? Only one. So now when we see nuclear weapons being used again, it's going to be to destroy this place. They introduced it. The Lord had them introduce it, and the Lord's going to use it to take this place away.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
When we get Revelation 13.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. This Revelation 13 and 12. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed.
Right, that's talking about America, the revived Roman Empire, pushing all the draconian measures of Rome. All right, go ahead.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of all men.
Right, so that's when Esau, the Caucasian race, they deceived themselves by creating these missiles, ICBM missiles during World War II, basically setting up their own destruction. That's like the mafia telling somebody to build a shovel. And then they build it like, I built it. And then he's like, all right, now dig your own grave. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Proverbs 26 and 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return unto him.
Right. Go ahead. You want to speak on it? All right, so basically now, with Esau and their rulership, as we said earlier, look what they did with the earth and to the earth. That's what the Lord said in Revelation. He's going to destroy them that destroy the earth, man. All right. So them through their science, through their demonic desire to conquer the whole world. He said what? He said there enlarges their desire as hell, and is as death and cannot be satisfied. The same way the grave is never satisfied. All right. Seeking whom they may devour. They need to devour more and more. What happens when you have power? They say power corrupts ultimately. What happens when you have all the money and resources in the world? You want power from that point. You want just dominance. And that's what Esau's going for. So through that greed, through that covetousness, through that demonic infidel mindset that they have and rebellious mindset that they have to production, they'd rather depopulate. It led them to build something that's going to destroy themselves ultimately. Go ahead. And everything they built.
All right, this is Micah 2 and 1. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
Right, so yeah, they work evil upon their beds. And where is your bed? Your resting place. And what you think in your heart. So when they have them little G20 meetings, you know, these little meetings that they be having, and their rulership and their rest, they say what? They devise what?
It said they devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds.
See that? That's their device. Working iniquity, setting up a new world order, and that new world order is a trap, right? For depopulation, man. Okay, I don't want to get too far from my point. Where we at? Go ahead, bro.
All right, this is Jeremiah 50:24. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon.
There you go. All right, so that snare is anything that Esau developed towards the new world order. Now, ultimately, them building that missile is set up for the prophecies to come to play out. All right, so them building those missiles, once it's gonna cause something on the earth called missile deterrence. It caused Russia to want to get a missile, and now we're in the stage of Revelations 9, 200 million of them. You see that now that the Lord has led all these nations to develop these missiles, now all he got to do is say, all right, now turn and point them at this place. That's it. And what is that going to do? Is it going to destroy everything that Esau made? No. What it's going to do is going to destroy everything that Esau made in this place. But that destruction is going to lead for Yahawah to have to return to deliver us out of it. Woo! And that's where they messed up at. Go ahead, brother.
It's the book of Job, chapter 12, verse 23. He increaseth the nations and destroyeth them. He enlargeth the nations and straighteneth them again. He taketh away the heart of the chief of the people of the earth and causes them to wander in the wilderness where there is no way.
See that? So the Lord took away our heart. He took away our mind. He said, what? You should discontinue from your heritage. But he increased them. What did the Lord say he's going to do to us in the kingdom? He said, we're going to see and our heart's going to be enlarged. And we're going to fear. But the Lord said he ain't going to never take it away from us then. But them, he said he increased them. And look what they did with it, man. Look.
He increased them to ultimately straighten.
Yep. The same thing he did with Cain. All right, he said, yo, somebody get that? Well, he said, damn.
Sin waited at the door.
Nah, he said, don't you know if you do right, I would bless you too?
Yeah.
Let me know if y'all get it though. I don't know where that's. I can't.
Sin waited at the door for you.
Yeah, I can't word it right. But who holding the precept? Anybody?
I got one.
Wisdom of Solomon on 61.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got both the same one. Go ahead. Whoever.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand.
Right, they need to hear this. All right, and that's what they need to hear this. Revelations 11, real quick. Don't lose your spot though, brother. Revelations 11 and 8, I think, or like 9 or 10.
Yeah, about 11.
Yep.
This is Revelations 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city.
See that? So the Lord took our heart away from us and we became spiritually dead as a body of people. All right? Go ahead.
Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt.
So we had our grave was here in this place called hell. All right? Go ahead.
Where also our Lord was crucified.
Yep.
And they are the people and kindred.
So this is the place. In the Roman Empire, they didn't really do away with the name of Yahawah. All right? They called people Hamashiach, meaning what they call Christians. So they knew about the followers of Yahawah. But in America, they did away with it. They did away with the Hebrew. They did away with his name. Go ahead.
Verse 9, Revelation 11.
They didn't even allow us to read. Go ahead.
And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves.
Right, that'll take you up to almost 1619. All right, 300 from 1619 all the way to about the 1960s or 1969, I think it is. All right, so, all right, go ahead. 350 years.
Verse 10, it says, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelt on the earth.
Right, go ahead.
And after 3 days and a half,
after that, so after Abba Bivin started teaching it in the 1960s and 70s, go ahead.
After 3 days and a half,
right, the real Israelites waking up, the true Jews, go ahead.
the spirit of life from Yahawah Bashem Yahushua entered into them.
Right, so the Lord, that's something what he say? He said, stash your riches in heaven where moth doesn't corrupt, nor thief can break through and steal. They can't steal this salvation, this blessing from us, man. They can't stop the spirit from flowing. The scriptures say the spirit is more moving than any motion. It moves and passes through all things, even through Esau's hand. You try to intercept it, it's gonna go right through your damn hand. Go ahead.
Right, because he thought by containing us and putting us in one place that he gonna destroy that spirit. But then he made the internet.
Yeah. Go ahead. That's why the scriptures say the accuser of our brethren is cast down. So they're accusing us to the Lord. Yeah, look at him, Lord. Look at him. Look, I'm gonna give him some more pork. Yeah, he want this damn pork on the fork. Go ahead.
Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahawah Bashem Yahushua entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them.
That's the point. Great fear fell upon them. Go back where you were, Kabai. Great fear is falling on these devils. All right, that see us. And they do see us. How do they see us? On the internet. How do they see us? Out here in the streets. They're judges. They're news reporters. You know, they see us out here in the streets, man. Teaching. Go ahead.
This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand.
See, hear therefore, O ye kings. They hear it. Go ahead.
Learn ye that be the judges of the ends of the earth.
Right, go ahead. They won't judge correctly. Go ahead.
Give ear you that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations.
Right. Go ahead.
For power is given you of the Lord.
See that? So whoever's in rulership, you know, the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and give it to whomever he will. So if we're in rulership, this scripture falls on us. But if Esau's in rulership, he said power is given to you from the Most High. So the Lord giveth and the Lord can take away. That's why he said, well, he's going to put them to shame. You know, with everything they building up. Go ahead, brother.
Revelation. Thank you, sir.
You got something?
Oh, no, I was still just a little piece from the Revelation. That's right.
No, that was the point. Go on,
You
bro.
still want the Genesis? Talking about Cain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Genesis chapter 4, verse 4. It says, and
7?
All right,
I think it's 7.
2. No, 1. It says, and Adam knew evil.
7.
Huh?
7.
Start at 7?
Yeah.
All right, this is Genesis 4 and 7. It says, if thou do well, shalt thou not be accepted?
See that? See, this is what the Lord, this is what the Most High said to Cain. And that same spirit of Cain came back as Esau. All right? That was spiritual. He said, yo, if you do well, won't you be accepted? He said, what? Try to teach him righteousness and he won't learn it. Okay, go ahead.
And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door.
Woo! So if you don't do well, man, sin is waiting for you. Go ahead.
And it says, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt have rule over him.
There you go. All right. So that's what Esau has ruled over sin. Who got it? Yeah. So Esau can use sin as bait. You know, they can wrap some damn salt up and call it sugar. You get what I'm saying? They call it sweet poison. Go ahead, brother. So
That's what they do.
yeah, that's what they do with the entertainment industry. You know, with these businesses, they give you a job and they cause you to sell out. These churches, they try to wheel you in there with the manifest destiny doctrine.
Hey, Con, know that you need to have a job in order to be able to succeed in this rat race. All right, you get a job and you got to shave your beard. Knowing that goes contrary to the Lord
Contrary to
Yahweh
the
Bashem
Lord.
Yahushua, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the whole establishment is contrary to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
Yeah.
Be fruitful and multiply. Let's depopulate.
Yep. Yeah. You try to eat some vitamins. They got pork in it.
Right.
Con.
Hey, you want to better your body, got to sin to do it.
Yeah, man.
Precept on that.
Yep. Poison, aspartame. You know, the FDA allowing all this stuff. Go ahead, bro.
All right, this is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 7. It says, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord of hope,
Right, see
of their
that?
fathers.
All right, and that goes all the way back to Babylon, to Assyria. They knew that if we sinned against the Most High, that He wouldn't be with us, and that they would be able to take us down, and our walls would be breached, and and they could find a way in to take us over. He said, "What? All these nations had their way with us." You see that? Because the Lord said, "You want to be a whore? All right, I'm gonna let them all have it." He opened the door wide open.
Thank you.
He ain't put the chains on the door. He opened the door. He kicked the whole wall down. He said, "Tell the whole country to get him. Tell the whole world to come get him." Ravish this woman, this daughter that want to be a whorish woman. Think you grown? All right, here. Where we at?
I got a precept on that.
Yep.
This is our second Maccabees. No, hold on, don't worry about it. Go ahead.
All right.
Precept.
Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Nahum, chapter 3, start from the top. Woe to the bloody city! It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. And there's no bloodier city than this city right here. Okay? Babylon. That slayed millions upon millions of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans who are the true Israelites.
Right, brother. All right, Jeremiah 30 and 14. Jeremiah 30 and 14.
This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 14. It says, "All thy lovers have forgotten thee."
See, look, all the lovers. Yeah, you want to be a fast little daughter. The Lord took us in, swaddled us, wiped the blood off us from them nations stomping us. We might have to get that too a little bit. Appreciate it.
I'm looking for one. Okay, I got one.
Yep, don't lose where you at, whoever read. And hold your precept too, Kabash. Go ahead, brother, and then you go.
This is First Maccabees chapter 2, verse 10. What nation had not had a part in her kingdom and gotten of her spoils?
Yeah, that's like the movie. What was that movie, man? You gotta use what you got to get what you want. Dollar bill. Yeah, she'll let you. That sounds like that Ice Cube moment, right? She'll let you do. You know what I mean? Yeah. What nation has not had their way with her? They backdoored her, man. Literally. All right. So what nation has not had their way with us? You look back in time, even under the Persians, under the Assyrians. So that shows what? That the Most High is righteous. He's fair. He gave everybody their chance with the kingdom, and they couldn't live up to it. All right, so now He's going to give it to His children. All right, yeah, go ahead, rack up.
This is Psalms chapter 9, verse 16. It says, "The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is known by the judgment which He executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forget Yahweh Bashem Yahushua." Hey, so Khan, man, hey, that just shows to let you know, all right, hey, if you going contrary to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man, hey, you're gonna be turned into hell by way of that thermonuclear fire, man. All right, that's why Scripture says hell shall be cast into the lake of fire. When you go into that word cast, it means to be turned into, man. So therefore, if you're following after Esau doing all these wicked atrocities, goes contrary to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you're going to be a part of that number too as well, man. Not that righteous number, but that wicked number, being numbered to the sword, man. All right, because why? You forgot the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man, your Lord and Savior, man.
Oh, I got some bars over there.
No, man, Ezekiel 16. Let's get on the deck. You good? I think probably one of y'all. Ezekiel 16. But somebody hold something down here. The one I asked for first, though.
Jeremiah 30 and 14.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Kabash will hold the precept.
Yeah, because then you were reading, and then Kabash, right?
Yeah.
Somebody was reading.
So what's this? 16?
No, we read that one.
Yeah. With Jeremiah.
Yeah, you
30 and 14? All right, let's get that one.
Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 14. "All thy lovers have forgotten
There
thee.
you go, yeah.
They seek thee not, for I have wounded thee with the wound of an enemy."
Right, this is along these lines? Yep. So, he said what? I have wounded thee with the wounds of an enemy. Now, this is talking about the same daughter that became a harlot, man. Imagine that. You raise up a daughter and she becomes a harlot and the whole neighborhood have their way with her. You know, and this wasn't even your daughter. You took her in and adopted her. You saw her just out in the street and let's get that Ezekiel 16. Yeah. Yep, Ezekiel 16. Huh? Yeah, from 1 to get to the point, we're gonna have to go all the way to 15 real quick. And then we're gonna get back on topic. Just you can flow. I'll get you back to the I got the 16 and 1. That's why I keep this.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 1.
It
says, again, the word of the Lord Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, cause Jerusalem to know her abomination.
Right, see that? So now we're here. He said, what? Go out and teach into the ears of my people the words of prophecy. And in Jeremiah, in Ezekiel, he tells us to go what? Show our people their transgressions. And our people their sins. Go ahead.
Verse 3 says, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, God unto Jerusalem,
show my people their transgressions and sins. Go ahead.
Thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan.
Right, so our birth and our nativity is when we came out of Canaan. All right? Go ahead. So we came out from amongst them damn Hamites during 1446 BC. Go ahead, brother.
It says, thy father was an Amorite and thy mother an Hittite.
Right, what's that scripture? Let me get this real quick. As is the mother, so is the daughter. Yeah, man. Let me get that real quick. So that's what he means right there. Our father was a what? An Amorite.
God.
And our mother was a Hittite, because that's who we were among. And our people started picking up their customs, their idol worship. You see that? Becoming idolaters, harlots. Okay, go ahead.
It says,
somebody got it?
I got it.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh,
not yet. I'm gonna need that though.
Oh,
As a mother,
Now this is Ezekiel
I need that one
16.
too, though, whenever, not yet.
This is Ezekiel 16 and 44. Behold, everyone that useth.
Oh, it's down the same chapter. Yeah, we ain't gonna go that far anyway, so perfect. Yeah.
It says, behold, everyone that useth proverbs shall use this proverb against thee,
Right.
saying, as is the mother, so is her daughter.
See that? So as is the mother, the Amorites, and not only that, as Jerusalem was, because what you'll find out where it says thy mother, not thy mother was a Hamite or Hittite, but where it says thy Jerusalem, the mother of us all, that's talking about the people that literally came out of Egypt. That's who we're birthed from. All right, and out of that, the Lord created what? God damn, man. So out of that, the Lord created two nations. The Israelites created the northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Sisters, daughters, all right, of the mother, which was the first ones that came and walked through the wilderness. That's our mother. All right, it's a people before it's a place, not the land. You see that? The moving people. So as is the mother, so is the daughter. So we acted just like those damn Hamite nations, all right, when we were among them. Go ahead.
Verse 4, as for thy nativity, in the day thou wast born, thy navel was not cut, neither wast thou washed in water.
See, we still was in our wickedness. The Lord said he called us in our wickedness, man, in darkness. The people that sat in darkness saw a great light. All right? So even when we were in sin, the Lord, the navel wasn't cut. It was still attached to them damn heathens. And he said, what? That blood wasn't washed. But at this time, it's not talking about the blood from a birth. It's talking about blood from being stomped out. So they took this baby, they cut it off from him, try to cut us off as a nation, try to leave us out there to die, and stomped us out. Stomped the baby out, the daughter, the little girl. And the Lord found this little girl in her blood, covered in blood. Go ahead. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, the Israelites of the Bible. Go ahead.
Says, and as for thy nativity, in the day thou wast born, thy navel was not cut.
Right, we were born as a nation when we came out of Egypt. Go ahead.
Neither wast thou washed in the water to supple thee.
Right, we wasn't washed in water to be supple, to be clean. Go ahead.
Thou wast not salted at all.
Right.
nor swaddled at all.
You see that? So we wasn't covered or nothing. We were naked as a nation. You see that? In sin. All right? We had no covering. But the Lord gave us a covering. He gave us the laws. He gave that to Moses so we could have a covering. Go ahead.
Verse 5. None I pitied thee.
Not what?
None I pitied thee.
He said what? What nation had not had their way with us? He said none. Are you good? So none I pity us. None of these nations pitied us. All right. And what happened in Revelations 11? All right. What happened in Revelations 11? This noise like getting to me.
The
11 and
gave gifts.
gifts. Yeah. They gave gifts. Well, don't lose where you at, brother. Or whoever gave it first. It's all goody. Thanks. Not 8, but when they gave gifts. Oh, their eyes shall see their dead bodies again. That one.
This is Revelation 11 and 8. It says, "And the dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified.
Right.
And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half."
They saw us in the condition we was in, lost as hell, the lost tribes. A proof of that, you can look at Christopher Columbus. He was looking for the lost tribes, according to the Apocrypha. Go ahead. He knew that we were lost. All right, without the Father. Go ahead.
"And shall not suffer their bodies to be put in graves."
See, they didn't suffer us to find rest. All right? So they didn't pity us at all, man. And what happened? He said the dogs licked their wounds. Somebody grab that, Babako Shah. The dogs licked their wounds. Yep. Take your time, though. You're good.
Luke 16 verse 21.
Right. These devils didn't show us no pity, man. All right? They didn't show us no pity. Look what they did during the Civil Rights Movement. Look what they did after, what's that called again? The Emancipation Proclamation. Right. You know, Jim Crow.
Shoot, look what they're doing now.
Look what they're doing now, especially Trump.
Right. Steady feeding our people wickedness, we have to take some sort of accountability. We don't, we don't put the drugs in our neighborhoods, but we don't have to sell them either, That just shows how the state of mind that our people are in. And these other nations knowing that, they devour our people, man.
Right, man. All right, what's that? Obadiah. We said, well, when that iniquity had it, we saw that your brother, his iniquity had an end.
Yeah, you want to get it?
Yeah, but finish where you was at. Somebody read.
The book of Luke, chapter 16 and verse 21. And desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table, moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
Woo. He said what? He was going to get up above us very high. We were going to get very low. And he was going to lend to us, and we wasn't going to be able to lend to him. So we had to go to them for the what? The want of all things. So we go to them to get jobs and all this different things. But they allow these other nations. Oh, God damn. Get a button to just pop up. But they allow all these other nations, Elam, Ishmael, the Assyrians, Asher, the Greeks, they allow all of them to come and open stores in our neighborhoods and feed us nothing but junk foods. All these gas stations, the Quickie Mart. Yeah, the Quickie Mart. Where is that at? That's in our neighborhoods.
Precept.
All right. And what happened? What's the old famous story? Hurry up and buy it. Everybody know where that's from. That's from the ghetto. All right. So they come into our neighborhood with their racist antics and their poisons, and they feed us all kind of rat, cat, and dog, man. That dogs come by and lick their wounds, laugh at it.
I got you.
Yep. Real quick. Yes.
This Ezekiel 35 and 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword.
Yeah, perpetual hatred. He said the hatred went down into Esau's loins. So it went from his thoughts that hatred he had, and that blood went all the way down to his loins. Just like with Abraham, Isaac was in the loins of Abraham when he got blessed. So, Esau, Edom was in the loins of Esau when they got cursed. Go ahead, brother.
It says, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
See that? In the time when their iniquity had an end, they showed us no mercy. You see that? They had no mercy upon our people. And they saw us in our condition. Go ahead. And that's where you have the whole civil rights movement, the 1960s. All right, that's the time where the Lord is releasing us from our chains, man. People like Abba Bivens teaching. Even now, we're out here preaching about our freedom, about our salvation, about our blessing now. And instead, what is Esau trying to do? Persecute even more? Yep. Real quick, then the phone.
This is the book of Psalms 83:3. They have taken crafty counsel against our people and consulted against our hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
There you go, man. So that's their whole goal. Esau want to keep the blessing. All right? They want to keep the blessing, man. So this was intentional. This was intentional to keep us under their foot, to keep us bowed down all the way. And what that means that when they say that they'll bow down all the way, meaning you got to picture somebody having their hand on the back of your neck and just pushing you down, And that's 2/3 of our people that are still in their mindset, all right, being taken by the devil at his will. All right, where was that? Oh, yeah, look at these.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place.
Yep.
I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
There you go. All right, so what did that make them? Servants. I don't care how they look at it. You can call yourself prince, you can call yourself Lord or whatever, but the Lord called you a servant under us. Servants, man, sitting on horses, man. And he saw the rich, the ones that have the real blessing. Spirit is, they say, wisdom is more moving than any motion. Wisdom is better than any choice jewel or any treasure you can get on this earth. So we're the ones that really got the riches. We're the ones that really got Yahawah. We're the ones that really got the promise that was given to Jacob. All right, that's the riches. Go ahead, brother.
This is basically, again, to your point. Basically, this Ezekiel chapter 23 is about the sisters Aholah and Aholabah, that bruised the teeth of their virginity, laying down with the other nations. I'm gonna start Ezekiel chapter 23 and verse 13. It says, "Then I saw that she was defiled, that they took both one way, and that she increased her whoredoms. For when she saw men portrayed upon the wall, the images of the Chaldeans portrayed with vermilion, girded with girdles upon their loins, exceeding in dye attire upon their heads, all of them princes
to be like them.
Con.
I've been looking for this scripture for like 10 years.
It says, princes to look after the manner of the Babylonians of Chaldea, the land of their nativity, and as soon as she saw them with her eyes, she doted upon them and sent messengers unto them into Chaldea. And the Babylonians came to her into the bed of love, and they defiled her with their whoredoms, and she was polluted with them, and her mind was alienated from them. So she discovered her whoredoms and discovered her nakedness. Then my mind was alienated from her, like as my mind was alienated from her sister. So basically, just like the Lord had to cast off the northern kingdom first, he had to come and cast off the southern kingdom for falling after the northern kingdom, basically.
Right. All through what? That's why the Lord said what? All right, that's why the Lord said what? Envy not thou the oppressor. All right, and choose none of his ways. All right. So where was that, y'all? Look at that, Ezekiel 16.
All right, this is back at Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 5. It says, "None I pitied thee to do any of these things unto thee, to have compassion upon thee."
They didn't have compassion on us. They're not having compassion on us now. All right, but it say what? It say I'm gonna try to. Go ahead, real quick interjection.
This is Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 5. It says, "For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem, or who shall bemoan thee, or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest?" All right, and shit, no nation is going to do that, man. The only one that's doing that is the ones that show of ourselves, the ones that's following after the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and also the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua himself, man. Yeah. So he asking how we doing by giving us a lead way to in order to turn back to him, man. He see that he don't even need to ask. He already see how we doing, man. He already know how we doing. So therefore, that's why he provided us a way of succor to escape from this route that Esau have paved down here, man. So we won't have to go by that wicked route, man. All right. And then it also says, hey, nobody's going to ask how we do, all right? You know, it's for every nation, but yet you got 2/3 of our people, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out here. Hey, Black Lives Matter, this, that, and the third. They're trying to get all these nations, all right, to, hey, man, what about us? What? Bump it. Ain't nothing about us, man. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua got us, man. So it's time for us to stop trying to find the seat at Esau's table when this table is about to get flipped, you know?
That mindset right there is the reason why our people turn them to these idols. They go chasing after these other nations. Like in the book of Hosea, it says she shall run after her lovers, right? And their lovers she shall not overtake them. That's why these nations act like they accept us in, and we start transgressing against Yahawah Bashem Yahushua, acting like these nations, then they kick our ass and leave us out for dead. That's how the Lord found us, man. They continue to devour our people, and our people just, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's a post that I seen that it said, when you're used to traumatic situations, right, a different healing situation seems unreal. You don't want to go to that because you're used to this. So our 2/3 of our people, I'm no more than one, but 2/3 of our people are so used to that because of traumatic situations that they won't go to Yahawah Bashem Yahushua because that doesn't seem normal to them. You know, they're not. They have so much Stockholm syndrome. They're not trying to escape. So the scriptures say, "Love, not oppression."
Yeah,
but 2/3 of our people love it.
Yeah. And the scriptures say they sought to go back to Egypt in their heart, right? And they don't trust the Most High, you know. And that's moving in what, the spirit of fear. You know, they're scared to walk through the wilderness and trust the Lord. You know, when they see the dirty water, they don't trust that the Lord can clean it. When the place is dry, they don't trust that the Lord can send water into a dry place. All right. They don't trust that in danger the Lord can deliver us from that trouble. All right, where was that?
Ezekiel 16.
Yeah.
This is back in Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 5. It says, "None I pitied thee to do any of these things unto thee."
Right. So no nation gonna do that for us, man. Only Yahawah Bashem Yahushua is our succor, right? Our protector, our the lifter up of our head. Go ahead.
It says to have compassion on thee, but thou was cast out in the open field.
Right, we was cast out into the world. Even from Egypt, they cast us out too. Go ahead, and them damn Amorites. They ain't want us to be in their land. Go ahead.
It says to the loathing of thy person.
Right, to the hate. Yep, they left us out here to hate ourselves. That's what the word loathing means. To hate yourself. You know, so imagine a child sitting there in her blood, brutalized, thinking that its authorities hate her. The whole world hates her. And then she begin to hate herself. That's why our people have that self-hatred. You know, it also goes into the curses. All right. So our people hate themselves, man. So that's why they want to be like these other nations.
Hey, Con, if I may add on just real quick, man, the buddy Lil Woody that be with Young Thug, you know, the whole blah blah blah. But basically, he was going into a situation. He was like, man, he was talking to a Iskarite. He was like, man, how come we can't get along? You know what I'm saying? As a people. All right. He said the Iskarite say, hey, man, look, watch this. They was inside jail. He was like, watch this. When every nation of people come in, you will see, hey, the Mexicans will go up and greet our people at the door, man. The whites, they'll go up and greet them at the door. Slacky. The Edomites, they'll go up and meet them at the door, man. So forth and so forth. But when it comes to the Jakes, y'all won't do nothing but mug each other, man. Y'all criticize them before you even meet them. You know, you tear them down. You don't have no source of building nobody up. All right, if there's no form of unity, All right, when hard to say when we link up because we don't link up, man. There's no unity there, man. There's no unity.
You can see that real good in Judah.
Gone.
You see that?
That's the suffers of Willie Lynch, man, putting the one slave versus the other slave, you know, to where it's nothing but fear. There's nothing but fear there.
And division, yeah.
Yeah.
That works at Esau again. They walk around you all day, every day, smiling. With no teeth, just grinning. Ear to ear. All right, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau's Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
All right, you want to speak on?
So just like what the elder going into, this is why Esau, Edom, his nation has been set up on a pedestal. All right, it may seem like the Lord don't love Israel, Jake, all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and those of the speckled bird, but he loves you more. All right, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. All right, so he child who he loves ultimately.
Right.
Also going back to what the Cain topic, all right, how Cain's doings came back spiritually through Jacob and Esau, the twin brothers. All right, ultimately him being a vagabond, a fugitive on the earth.
Right.
That's still being played out.
Come on, man. Yep. He said, yo, if you do well, don't you see I bless you?
But
Esau
I
never do
already
well.
knew wasn't no well doing in them.
They said that fornicator than Esau. For one morsel of, you got it?
I gotta hit it.
You got it? Go ahead real quick.
Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected.
Right, man. See, they sold their birthright, and that's why they get to live it up now. Look, it's called a sellout. Look at Diddy and them.
Yes.
Right? They sold out. They took the bag. They took the purse, and that's what Esau did. That's why they were able to lynch us on trees, because they sold out. It's called selling your soul before you sell your ass.
Hey, come on, that's crazy. Hey, they sold that, man, and once they found out they sold that and they can't get any substance for where they sold that from the long run, all right, they try to bring down as many with them as possible, man. All right, that's why Esau goes around as a roaring lion seeking whom he may devour, man. So that's why we got to stay on the straight and narrow of the Lord Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. That way we won't fall victim to him, you know.
Right.
Because shit, he done missed out. So he's trying to get 2/3 of our people to miss out too as well, man.
Right, man. They always made deals with the devil, spiritual demon Satan. Look at Alexander. Before he went to war, he would go consult with witches. You know what I'm saying? Look what happened to Saul when he tried it.
Samuel told him, hey, before the sun go down, you should be where I am right now.
Yeah, they had to do the Sandman on him like on Apollo. Yank him up there on stage. You get yanked out of the theater. Go ahead, brother.
But it's Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away. And that's Esau. It was one thing to have us in physical bondage with chains and yokes of irons, but he has our people out here doing his dirty work for him while he lighted out, going by his day, jumping on his boat, doing whatever he want to do. Our people are oppressed, and he ain't even got to worry about us because we in our place, and he living it up. And that his wickedness is worse than 400 years ago.
Yeah, and they feeding on a dead corpse. 2/3 of our people. You know, they feeding on the corpse, man. They come back again and flay the flesh again. You know?
God, damn, man, it's crazy. Because I was reading something last week about the 80s, talking about the crack epidemic, and it's crazy how once Abba Bivens started pushing out the truth, that's when Esau started making his moves and started dividing our people even more. And bro, it's insane how it works, because not only have they set up so much stuff against them, but it got to the point where their wickedness is so rooted into them now, they think it's culture, right? They call it culture, but it's not culture at all, man. It's just them being deceived and them taking on that lie that continue to push it out through the four corners of the earth in America.
Well, look who they praise. They praise murderous people, unalivers.
Yeah,
They
like
praise
King Von
Alexander,
and
huh?
shit. Like King Von and
They praise Alexander.
okay.
The Creek. They praise Andrew Jackass.
Mount Rushmore, the standing forefather.
Yeah, all slave owners. So they praise that in this place, man. They praise Alexander. Alexander was nothing but a slaughterer, a life taker. You know, dealt with witches and warlocks. You know what I'm saying? Into sodomy and so on. He would dress up in the middle of the night. Is that Alexander or was it Herod? I think it was Herod. One of them used to dress up like an animal or get butt ass naked, put blood all over himself, and run around and start attacking men's private parts.
Yeah.
And he had a goon squad with him, so you couldn't do shit about it. He would attack your private parts with, that's him, Diddy. No Diddy.
Halloween type shit, right?
He was the first diddler.
You can't even say no Diddy with that. Diddy.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, man. They be bugging, man. Esau be bugging. And that's who people like Diddy and them get it from, that Roman Empire mindset. Look at all the pictures of Rome, man. When we see it on the walls and even these statues, they be butt naked.
Go ahead, brother.
The FBI was set up by J. Edgar Hoover,
Yep.
who was a known cross-dresser.
Oh, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Just like Buddy from New York. What's his name?
Giuliani.
Giuliani. You don't even have to say it.
Now that you say Diddy in those parties, but like remember back in the ancient days, how they used to have those masquerade parties?
Yeah, they call them freak-offs.
Right, it was the same thing, but people just be wearing masks, and like it was like anything goes, man.
What was it called?
Eyes wide shut with
Thank
Tom
you.
Cruise.
Yeah, that was the first signal of freak-offs. Right, that's where it's funny. But go ahead, man.
Back at Ezekiel chapter 16.
Somebody reading something. Was that it? Yeah, that was Ezekiel. Oh, you was done?
No, yeah, I was done.
You was done?
He was reading. I had precept, but everything.
All right, but he was reading. Yeah, we'll keep going with this.
And this is back at Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 5. None I pitied to do any of these unto you.
Right, so none I pity to do all these things. They didn't want to care for us, man. Go ahead.
To have compassion upon thee.
Right, it said what? They didn't suffer them to be put in graves. All right, go ahead.
But thou was cast out into the open field.
Right, we were cast out into the world. Go ahead.
To the loathing of thy person.
To the loathing of that person, so all the nations hated us, and we also hated ourselves as a nation. Go ahead.
In the day.
What's up, man? Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, the Israelites of the Bible, bro. The Most High's true name is Yahawah. His son name is Yahawah. If you never heard that before, man, it's a blessing that you get to hear it this day. All right, because World War III is at the door. That's the last judgment that the Lord warned us about. And the the MO, the digital. I can't say it on camera, but don't take it. All right, brother. You're an Israelite, bro. That means you're a prince of the Most High, a natural descendant of King Solomon, the true kings and princes that ruled this world. And we got a responsibility, man. All right, brother. Peace, man. All right, go ahead.
It says, in the day that thou was born.
Yeah, you got to be quicker than that.
Verse 6. It says, and when I passed by thee and saw thee polluted in thine own blood.
Right, so the Lord passed by us and he saw us when we were polluted in our own blood, man. Imagine us as a nation like we are now, sitting out here bloody, right? Naked. But Yahawah saw us, man. Yahawah. He saw us and took us in and called us his daughter. You see that? He didn't abuse us. He didn't use us. He said, I'm going to take you in and take you as my own daughter, and I'm going to marry you to my son. Go ahead.
It says, verse 6 of Ezekiel chapter 16, it says, and when I passed by thee and saw thee polluted in thine own blood, I said unto thee, when thou wast in thy blood.
Right. The whole world was telling us to die. But the Lord told us to what?
Live.
He told us to live, man. All right. He's telling us that today. Live. But what is this world? What is Elon Musk and them doing? What is Facebook telling us to do? Going to the meta. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can help you out in your if you want to die early, I can set you up for that. You can start setting it in motion ahead of time.
Kanye, they selling suicide pods.
I'm not lying, right? I couldn't pay, but you know what I'm talking about.
What?
Yes, man.
No, what's crazy is a company makes pods that people can like unalive themselves.
Thank you, bro. Yeah.
But what's crazy is if you use it, you go to jail.
Yeah.
How you gonna go to jail on the live?
The people that helped you, the people that helped you unalive yourself, they'll go to jail.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say they're taking people to the car. Like,
So so what are they saying? You know, by them hiding the truth from us. He said, what? Let's take their bands and cast them asunder. They wanted us to die as a nation. But what did the Lord say? Live. Go ahead. I don't know why I keep thinking as you read.
I said unto thee when thou was in thy blood, live.
Right, so the Lord saying to us now, live, man. Go ahead.
Yea, I said unto thee when thou was in thy blood, live.
Right, that's the true definition to come as you are. Go ahead.
This is verse 7. It says, I have caused thee to multiply as the bud of the field.
Right, so we multiplied as the bud of the field in the land of Canaan. All right, and even now, that goes to the promise of that was given to Abraham. We're going to be as the sands of the sea. All right, so in that small group, I forgot the number that came out of Egypt, but now look at it today. All around the world, man, through that scattering process. Go ahead.
I have caused thee to multiply as the bud of the field, and thou hast increased and waxen great.
Right.
And thou art come to excellent ornaments.
Right. Yep. So we had ornaments. We had gold and silver the Lord gave us. Right. He gave us gold and silver, milk and honey in our land. Go ahead.
Thy breasts are fashioned, and thine hair is grown.
Oh, so now, once this little girl start feeling herself, we got blessed in that land. We got riches, wealth. He said, I'm gonna give you your own plot of land. Now she start feeling herself. She get built up a little bit. Now this is the stage where she has to have a covering now, because little girls, once they start growing, they get the women parts, and they gotta get covered. Like you'll see them over there in Puerto Rico or Mexico. They run around just like the boys, and as long as nobody don't know weirdo stuff. But when they get to a certain age, they have to cover completely. Even if they're wearing a t-shirt or a tank, you know, when they get to a certain age, they're supposed to be covered. You know, to cover all those parts. So now the Lord said, all right, now I'm going to give you a covering. He gave us the laws. Go ahead.
It says, thy breasts are fashioned, Salakia, and thine hair is grown.
Yeah, you grown, you feeling yourself. Go ahead.
Whereas thou wast naked and bare.
Right, we were just, you was naked and bare. Hold on, man, 1 second, bro. Let's let this dude, man. All right, God. Water break. So, go ahead, where was you at?
I'll read verse 7 again.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
This is Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 7. It says, I have caused thee to multiply as the bud of the field, and thou hast increased and waxen great.
Right, what's that? Israel wax fat and kick? Yep, that's right, man. Yep. Yeah, Yeshua.
Isaiah 29, I think.
Oh, all right, 1 second. Let's see if we can get this real quick. Right, you can read it.
It says, I have caused thee to multiply as the bud of the field,
Deuteronomy 32 and 15.
and thou hast increased and waxen great, and thou art come to excellent ornaments.
Right, yep, go ahead.
Thy breasts are fashioned, and thine hair is grown.
Yep, and that's when you could tell the daughter or a woman, you know, because of the hair. Go ahead.
It says, whereas thou was naked and bare.
Right, whereas thou was naked and bare, man. Go ahead.
Verse 8.
Somebody got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 15. But Yeshua waxed fat and kicked.
See that? And that word fat goes into increase or riches or wealth. All right, and the Lord made us. Yep, the Lord made us wealthy in that land, man. And we grew as a nation. All right? But he said once we did that, we waxed fat and we kicked, meaning we rebelled against the Lord, whose true name is Yahawah. All right, go ahead.
It says, but Yeshurun waxed fat and kicked.
Right, Yeshurun is a poetic way of saying upright one. Go ahead.
Thou art waxing fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook Yahawah, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
Right, so now even what somebody get, our people do not know, our people do not even consider. So now our people forsake the Most High because what he said we're going to do. What somebody get that discontinue from our heritage? All right, we discontinued from our heritage. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, God's chosen people. You know, go ahead. Oh, my bad.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thy enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever.
See that? We discontinue from our heritage, man. All right? Our people discontinue from their heritage. All right? We became what? What's that, Ephesians, brother? You get that? The Gentiles? Yeah. All right? So we discontinue from our heritage as Israel. The same laws that the Most High gave us, we cast them aside. A portion of our people did. And it caused us to go into slavery, man. To be destroyed, to be on the bottom. When we were really supposed to be on the top.
This is Ephesians chapter 2, verse 11. Wherefore remember that ye being in past times Gentiles in the flesh, who are called uncircumcision.
Right, we became just like the nations, the Goyim. All right, the strange nations. All right, go ahead.
Who are called uncircumcision.
Right, so what's that? Uncircumcision means without the laws. All right, so the laws will have you circumcised according to the flesh. But now the Lord is looking for a circumcision of the heart. But go ahead. So if they weren't keeping the laws, they were called uncircumcision. So once we weren't keeping the laws in our covering, we became Gentiles. Go ahead.
It says, by that which is called the circumcision in the flesh made by hands.
Yep, there you go. So it's about the flesh. That's what the law is covered. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider.
Woo! So we became stupider than what's known as the dumbest animals on the earth. The ox and the ass, which are the two top animals for cattle. But the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. Just like our people didn't know our owner, Yahawah, and a lot of us didn't know that we were Israelites. All right, our crib, which means our home. Go ahead, brother.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 20. For of old times I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou saidst I would not transgress.
Right, so if you look through history, in Sirach chapter 2, it says what? Look at in the old and see. Did any ever trust in the Lord and were confounded? But read that again. For all time, the Lord has been breaking us out of different slaveries. He said all of them had their way with us, man. And he had to keep coming to get us. Just like the wicked one. Remember, I had to go out to the street and get her every week she'd be out in the street. She going now, but still, I had to go keep finding it with a different dude every time. Go ahead, man. Get your nasty ass in the house.
In the house. Put some clothes on. It says, for of all times I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou saidst I will not transgress. When upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest playing the harlot.
Everywhere we at. If it's a green tree and that joint flourishing, like America, they start playing the harlot. Just like they did back during the Hamites time, the Canaanites. He said, as is the father, so is the daughter. I mean, the mother, so is the daughter. All right? Yep. Even in Babylon, even in Assyria, even in the Greek Empire, the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs chapter 24, verse 19. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked. just going off what you just said. So our people, we don't need. What's I'll say 1/3. We don't need to envy the wicked in any type of way, shape, or form. Going and I brought that out going off of the scripture that brought out when our people saw the dainties of the wicked nations. All right, the head wraps, the girdles and everything. They saw that and they wanted that. But we don't need to envy those wicked people who outwardly wash their cup, but inwardly they're sepulchres.
Wasn't that during the time of the Assyrians when I forgot what scripture it was, where it talked about walking and mincing as they walk with all haughtiness?
That was Assyrian.
Yeah.
During that time. Yeah, Isaiah.
So it's like big earrings and like our people were dressing up like these other nations, like, and our women, but that was just a representation of Israel as a whole, man. You know?
That's right. That's right, man. All right, where was that?
Like in Ezekiel. Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 8.
All right, go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 8. It says, "Now, when I passed by thee and looked upon thee, behold."
Yeah, I need that.
It's like, this is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3.
You got one?
It says, "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider."
Right. So how and they don't consider because what? The Lord put them to sleep. And it says, what? How should they hear without a preacher? Right? And how should they teach unless they be sent? You see that? So all of these harlot houses that they call churches and these mosques, they're set up to keep our people asleep. Right? They're set up to tuck you in bed that Esau and them built. And they don't know that bed is in the oven. You know, it's warm in here. And you cut up the heat. Esau like, I got you. I got you.
Hey, Con, because they speech, their talk, their teachings is nothing to take you away from this place, this society. All right, it's to keep you within, man. Hey, somebody's gonna get a blessing today. What type of blessing? A blessing to get out of here?
That's cool.
You know what I'm saying? Con.
And now I'm adding to it. You on point.
Con.
But the schools too, they set up to keep you as a worker.
Hey, Con, man, shit, teaching you how to be a prisoner. You know.
That's right.
You know, hey, it goes contrary to the establishment of the Lord Yahawah Bashim Yahushua, man. So therefore, if you're indulging in Esau's establishment shit, you're gonna get the same judgment that he's gonna get, man.
Right, man. Anything we go to him for licenses, you basically giving your rights away on the traffic roads, commercial roads as a citizen. All right, and they set up the police department, they set up the prisons to keep you institutionalized. All right, the entertainment, they set that up to dumb us down.
Done. Roman bread and circuses, man.
God,
you know what reason is it for a basketball player and a football player to make multi-millions?
Millions, yeah. Yep. Just keep them distracted. Somebody preach it.
This is Psalms 37 and 32. It says the wicked watcheth the righteous and seeketh to slay him.
Right, watching them. Look at that. Watching them. That's called envy. And scriptures say, who can stand before envy? Who can stand before envy? Somebody just hates you, that's different. But somebody envy you, oh man, they want to be you and they want to see you destroyed.
And that's crazy. Like our people not even realizing that they envy us, really. And our people steady trying, 2/3 of our people envying them because of what substance they have.
Nah, they envy Esau because they want to destroy him and they want to be like him.
At the same time.
Who said that earlier? They saw some Christians saying that on the. Yeah, somebody said they heard some Christians saying that on TV. They want to just go after Esau. That was you.
No.
That was you. Yeah. Yep. All right, go ahead, brother. That was it.
Verse 33 says, the Lord, Yahawah, will not leave him in his hand, nor condemn him when he is judged.
Yep.
So, he said the Lord will not leave our people in Esau's hand. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, the Lord is going to save all of our people, all right? 1/3 of our people, you know what I'm saying? The nation of Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, even the whole free elect, all right? So 2/3 of our people are going to get destroyed on this side, but they're going to be brought back in the kingdom. So ultimately, we're not going to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying?
Where was you at?
33.
Where are you reading?
Psalm 37.
I'm gonna back you up with this real quick.
All right.
This is Isaiah 47 and 6. This is finished. You can speak on it though. I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke.
Come on. Can we read that first part again?
Yep, I was wroth with my people.
So it said Yahawah was wroth with our people, meaning he was upset, he was angry. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. He said he should not keep anger forever.
Come on.
I have polluted mine inheritance. Right? So go ahead. So the Lord has polluted what he's going to inherit. All right? Go ahead. And given them into thine hand. That goes with your point.
Come on. So you know, for our people forsaking Yahawah, the Lord has put them in the hands of Esau, of the wicked.
Right.
Right, for punishment. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Right.
So
And yep, and this is what they did with us. Thou didst show them no mercy. Upon the ancient, thou hast heavily, very heavily laid thy yoke. Yeah. So that yoke, that oppression, they laid that upon our forefathers, the ancient, and even today, they're doing that. The ancient. There you go. Yeah, the slavery side, yo. Yeah, right there. Yep, look at it. All right. So upon the ancient, thou hast heavily laid thy yoke. All right, so we in the time where the Lord removing that yoke. They put that yoke on us, man, from Deuteronomy 28. All right. That yoke was so heavy it had us singing. Marching up the street singing. Running through the woods.
Just running. Don't know where we're going, just running.
Eyes bugged out. just running.
Don't know where we going, just running.
Yeah, like Kingsley Plantation. Look at them woods, they thick. Somebody bring you. You been out there yet, brother? Yahawah? Oh, we gotta take him out there, man. Kingsley Plantation, the slave plantation. You been out there? Yeah, you been out there. You was out there. You been out there? You been out there? Oh yeah, we gotta go out there again, man.
Nooses in certain spots.
Yeah, we gotta go out there again, y'all.
Still got nooses
Yep.
in Ocala, but Ocean Way right down the street. Still hanging from the trees.
Yeah, we gotta go all this stuff. You know what I mean? All right, where was that? Somebody read. Oh, that was.
I'm the one who's reading.
You done? Got more?
that's it.
Sure?
Actually, one more.
Yep. I knew you had it, man.
Verse 34, it says, wait. It says, wait on the Lord, Yahawah.
That's right, man. We gotta wait on the Lord, man. Don't move in haste, man. Don't rush every time they press that fear button. They're gonna keep pressing that button to see which of the sheep gonna run into the damn slaughter. You know? Go ahead.
It says, wait on the Lord, Yahawah, and keep his way.
Right, wait on the Lord. Don't rush into this. All right? Don't rush into that digital system that purposely made the twisting. Go ahead.
It says, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land.
Right, he's gonna exalt us someday, man, and we're gonna inherit our land over there in Israel. And those heathens, those vagabonds, they're gonna be moved out of our land. All right, but they gotta get destroyed. It's too tainted over there. Too much sodomy disease over there.
It says, when the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it.
Right, man. Oh man, that'd be crazy. No, that's a great blessing. There's more blessings than that, but that's a great blessing to see the downfall of not only your enemy but of the wicked. Because some people you think is the enemy, not your enemy. You know. But that's what Mike Tyson said. That he said everybody that helps you is not your friend, and everybody you fight is not your enemy. All right. So, you know. So yeah, to be able to see our enemy fall, man. But a wicked enemy. All right. Batman would have loved to see Joker fall and be done with. Where was we at, y'all?
Precept.
Go ahead, brother. Bring it up.
This is this is Sirach.
Yeah, get that power. Let's get it.
Damn, select.
Yep. Real quick.
This is 2 Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac,
when Jacob and Esau were born of him,
Right. Yeah.
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. And so we see Esau's kingdom crumbling. We got inflation. We're seeing wars, rumors of wars, all this chaos going on in the earth. These are the signs of Yahawah's return. Esau's rulership is coming to an end. That means our kingdom is on the way, the kingdom of Yahawah, a righteous rulership.
Okay. Go ahead, bro. This is Sirach chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. So come on, man, hey, it's going to be joyous to us to see the fall of our enemy, man. So that's why we have to continue and push and fight for this truth in order for us to be able to do so, man. So therefore, if we fall into the hands of Esau, shit, we'll be a part of that fall that the righteous get to see, man. So therefore, we have to continue on that righteous path of the Lord Yahawah in order for us to see the fall of our enemy, you know. As the brother just stated, we're witnessing that coming to fruition right now, man. That's why the Lord Yahawah told us to measure the times diligently within itself, man. All right, so by us seeing that, by us measuring the times diligently in itself, we're seeing the uproars of the people, distress of nations, all right, earthquakes in diverse places. Rumors of shit, it ain't no more rumors, man. Wars going on, you know. Hey, escalation of World War III getting ready to kick off from cold to hot, all right. So we're witnessing the fall of this kingdom, all right. So hey, and that's what we hope to physically see, all right, in its full totality, by it being destroyed by thermonuclear fire, by way of those 200 million ICBMs, man, intercontinental ballistic missiles, all right.
Right, precept, real quick. You need to speak on it for your point. Psalms 149 and 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. When the Israelites get glorified, it's going to be the saints.
Hey, as it talked about in 2nd Ezra chapter 2, 40 on down, man. Hey, why we're gonna do nothing but glorify the Lord Yahawah, and then we're gonna receive our glory, man. Why? Because we continue to walk of the Lord Yahawah, see the fall of this place that held us, that had us in so much oppression, man. Hey, you know,
that's right. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. So in our rest, you know, that's right. In the kingdom, when we have our rest, entering into the Lord's rest, and we literally gonna be upon our beds like Prince Hakeem. But even better, because I have not seen nor ear heard what the Lord has for them that love him. So no director can make a movie that can depict the type of joy we're going to have. The blessings. All right. Let the high praises of Yahawah be in their mouth, so we're not going to have to prophesy anymore. We're just going to be praising the Lord. It's going to be all praise. All right. And the two-edged sword in their hands. So it's not going to be here, and we ain't going to need it here. You know, but we're gonna have it here physically. We're gonna be the sword. We're gonna become the weapon. That's what every art. That's why the Lord said we're searching to become masters at this art. When He said call no man master, He's talking about your ruler. But He said we're seeking to become masters. That's what Paul said, right? So once you reach a level of being masters, you know, mastery. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. All right. That's what Paul said. He said, if a man searching for mastery, let him do it righteously.
Yeah, do it righteously. We're seeking to become masters in our art. All right, just like any martial art. All right. Go ahead. Somebody reading. Well, I was reading for you. Shoot. It says, "Let the high praises of Yahawah be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand." There you go. That was the point I missed. Once we reach that highest level of mastery, instead of getting a brown belt, black belt, Yahawah gonna give us a crown, a badge of honor, you know, and to execute judgment upon the heathen. And it says what? A two-edged sword. So why are we gonna become the weapon? That's what every level of martial arts they try to reach. They study enough to become the weapon. You know, so they said don't fear the man that know 1,000 weapons, but fear the man that tried the same weapon one time 1,000 times.
Hey, fine, man. Hey, we using this sword right now, you know, hey, from a spiritual standpoint. And then once, as the elder said, man, once we enter into the kingdom and see the downfall of this place, then we're on their ass with the physical, you know.
We're gonna beat the sword.
Hey, come on, man. We ain't gonna be able to beat Esau into subjection, so we're gonna have to beat his ass to eradication, man, destroy him.
Right, because there's two swords. You got Esau as the sword, But the Lord don't want us to be the sword for the wicked. So the Lord raised up Esau to be the sword on the left-hand side. We're that sword on the right-hand side to execute vengeance and righteousness. Let's get it. It says to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind up their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute. Man, that's gonna be physical. Something like that. It's like lacing up somebody's shoes. You're gonna put the damn shackles on them. Put them joints on tight. To execute upon them the judgment written. This is the point. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord.
Hey, this honor. Hey, here's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. We waiting for this day to come, man. Right. You know, hey, they had us in captivity. Hey, what more for us, man? You know, hey, the same things that they did to us, we're going to do to them righteously. All right. You know. Hey, so
double.
Hey, Con, yeah, double.
Yeah.
Hey, and there is no way of escape for them. The Lord is going to have mercy upon them by way of unaliving them, you know.
Yeah, the only break they're gonna have is when they get taken out of the flesh. They gonna want to be in that flesh. Taken out of the flesh or on the Sabbath. That's it.
And who they gonna call upon, man? Hey, Lord, deliver me from the righteous, which is your sword. That's not even gonna make sense, man. You don't even have nobody to pray to. You know, you gotta sit there and take it, you know.
Yeah, the battle axe. Yeah. Oh shoot. Yeah, they gonna try to cry out, say, yo, can you tell them to drop a little drop of water, a little bit of mercy on me? To quench this fire, this heat, we're gonna put fire to them. Might have priest ever heard? That was you? Did I get you? Oh, yeah, my brother. Okay,
This Obadiah, chapter 15, just to back up the brothers. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen.
1 verse 15. You said 1 verse 15, said chapter 15.
Oh, so like, yeah, first verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually.
Right, so what did the Lord say? Thou shalt bruise his heel, and he shall bruise thy head. All right, so in the end, the Lord going to knock the head off the snake. It's going to destroy the whole body. They tripped us up at the feet, but they ain't catch the head. Yahawah, he's still alive. Go ahead.
Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been.
There you go.
Hey, come on. Hey,
force feeding.
Hey, yeah, yeah, come on, damn, right there. Same way y'all did us, man. Hey, that's all I picture every time that scripture come out, man. We go get you, knock your teeth out. Your teeth being knocked out right now, man. Your mic is being taken away, and we're gonna physically do that too as well, man. You know, hey, and guess what, man? Hey, shit, you ain't gonna have no way but to take what the Lord Yahawah has in store for you, man. There's no succor. Well, yeah, it is. Unaliving, you know. But hey, that's the only way, man.
Psalm 58, real quick. Psalm 58 and 6. Break their teeth, O Yahawah, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord.
And come on, man. That's what's happening right now, man. The Lord Yahawah is breaking out Esau's teeth, man. Taking away their might. You know, they're taking away their strength, man.
Yep.
The strength of the white panther is being taken away, all right? So with that being said, if you see this place falling, what more should you be standing up on the foundation of the Lord Yahawah, man? You know, because if you're on this foundation of Esau, you're going to be destroyed, falling after him, man.
Right. Yeah, Esau not red, white, they red. Come on, like Yeah, the red monkey. I can't say that either.
This is Jeremiah 51 and verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And Yahawah is using his men right now spiritually, breaking down the walls and the chains, you know what I mean? And when he's saying Yahawah, Lord willing, we're going to be those same men changed into hunters, and then we're going to be issuing out real judgment in the spirit of the Lord, Yahawah.
That's right. Go ahead, bro.
Zechariah chapter 2 and verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwelleth with the daughter of Babylon. For thus saith the Lord, Yahawah of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you touches the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that the Lord of hosts hath sent me.
You got it.
So just, hey, the Lord is not gonna meet thee as a man. All right. So just like, hey, you weren't able to take our head. All right. He's in the spiritual realm making intercessions for us. He ultimately gonna come back with that deliverance, man.
Right, man.
And that's when you're gonna be made to tell, man. Those who have spoiled us and the rest of these heathen nations, even 2/3 of our people.
All right.
Appreciate
All right, that day is coming. Go ahead, Ricardo. You can't win for losing today, bro. You got to stand closer.
Oh, this is Revelations, chapter 13, verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. This is Esau's judgment. He put us into captivity, so he's going into captivity. There's no get out of jail free card. There's nothing. The Lord don't care about him crying, trying to get his birthright back. He got judgment coming. And he could try to flip the switch on us, but the Lord gonna put it right back on him. He's out here killing with the sword. So he's gonna be killed with the sword, ultimately after 1,000 years of that hardcore bondage that the Lord is gonna put him in. Hey, this devil got so much pride. The Lord ain't gonna have to do no forensic to see who swore and who had it. He ain't gonna never put it down. He gonna hold on to that sword even when your house shall show up. He's still gonna have that sword in his hand.
Just like that. Right. one leg. Listen, we're gonna chop that hand off. Good. Yeah. You good, right? You said he had it right?
Yeah, he brought it out.
All right. Somebody read. Yeah.
This is back at Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 8. It says, Now, when I passed by thee and looked upon thee, behold, thy time was the time of love, and I spread my skirt over thee.
Right, so that time was a time of love. That's when the Lord loved us, man. In that moment, the Lord loved us and took care of us. All right? And they forgot, our people forgot about that. Like, they treated it like it was nothing. They cast it behind them. All right? And he said, I covered you. He saw us there naked and bare and bloody, you know, hating ourselves and being hated. And the Lord covered us and cut the umbilical cord from us, for us, and separated us from these nations. Go ahead.
And it says, I swear unto thee.
Right, who did he swear unto? The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and some of our people that are scattered amongst the other nations, looking like the other nations. All right, those are the true Jews, the true Israelites of the Bible. The ones over there in that land today, they stole that land. 1948. Go ahead, brother.
I'm gonna start back at
Just like this land was stolen. Go ahead, brother.
It says, and I spread my skirt over thee.
Right,
and
the Lord spread his skirt over us. All right, draped us in royalty. Draped us in the laws, statutes, and commandments that they don't teach in this world. This current world. Go ahead.
And covered thy nakedness.
Right, so he covered our nakedness with badger skin. All right, but what did the nations try to cover us with? The same thing they covered Adam and Eve with, leaves. You know, no covering at all. All right, trashy garments, calling us black, calling us African, calling us Puerto Rican, which is a rich port, creating churches. All of those are no coverings at all. They try to give you a covering of a doctor, go to a corporation, all right, to build more separation. Man, a rapper, you a hip hop artist. That's not our nationality. Who are we? If somebody look at us and call us black, like the lady's shirt here, we're not that. We're a nation of people. It's the Most High that did away with us as a nation because we didn't listen. So that's why we went into slavery. People are like, why did that happen? Why did that happen? So those people, they so strong, they talented, but why are they walking around with their pants down and unaliving each other, right? It's because we under the curses today, all right? The Lord was angry with us. And what happened with your child? When you're angry with your child, you're going to whoop him. But that don't mean you hate him forever. You're going to bring that same child back and you're going to sit down and talk to him and give him another chance. You're not going to find another child and bring that child in. And say, nope, sorry, son, I replaced you. See, that's what they try to teach in the Jehovah wickedness. That's what they try to teach over there with Netanyahu, Bibi. All right? Go ahead.
It says, yea, I swear unto thee.
Right, that's why those people over there are doing that to the Gazans. They're doing that to the Palestinians because they feel like it's their kingdom. No, when they're Esau, their time is up. All right, go ahead.
It says, yea, I swear unto thee, and entered into a covenant with thee.
Right, so the Lord swore unto us. these people. And he entered into a covenant with us. Look at that, 140, Psalm 149, I think it is, and 19. I think it's Psalm 149, I think it is. It's been a while since you got that one. Oh. Yep. So the Lord never made any covenant with any other nation. I think it's 19. This is 148 or 149?
147. It showed us where Jacob.
Yeah, that one. 147. Yeah, 147, 19. Yeah.
This is Psalms 147 and 19.
Right.
He showeth his word unto Jacob.
So the Lord showed his word to us during the times of Moses. Go ahead.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
To Israel. Let's get Romans 9 and 1 real quick. Go ahead.
He have not dealt so with any nation.
Woo! So with any nation. So what are they doing in our land? Because the Lord said in the scriptures, once the Israelites are back in that land, the world shall study war no more. They getting prepared for war. They getting prepared for the final war, World War III, that's in the Bible. All right, let's get that real quick. Revelation 11, the third war coming quickly.
9.
Yep, bring this out. We'll hold that. No, the one that Tanat was just saying. That I asked for. Oh, yeah, that was you. That was it?
Romans 9:1.
Psalms.
No, Romans 9 and 1. That's what I asked for. Y'all saying it. Yeah.
It's Romans 9 and 1. It says, I say the truth in Hamashiach. I lie not.
Right, Paul was a Benjamite. So once you understand the scriptures and you do your research, you know, Paul was from the tribe of Benjamin, Banyamin in the Hebrew. All right, and it means son of the right. And he was a West Indian, or so-called Jamaican today. All right, he would look like Buju Banton.
It says, I say the truth in Hamashiach. I lie not. My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost.
Right.
That I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart.
Right.
For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach.
Right. Mashiach means the anointed. Ha means the. Mashiach means anointed. But in this world, they say Christ, Christos, which is a pagan name. Christos goes back to Krishna, which is an Elamite. Those dot-head Indians, they worship an idol named Krishna. All right, so Christ, Christians, the Lord never went by that. He was a Hebrew. He spoke Hebrew. So they would be called Hamashiachim, which means the anointed ones, or followers of the anointed. Go ahead.
It says, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren.
For his brethren. So who his brothers? Go ahead.
My kinsmen according to the flesh.
According to the flesh. So now it's just according to, oh yeah, everybody's a Gentile. No, the Lord said he's coming back for the Israelites. But he's only coming back for 144,000 first in a small multitude. 2/3 of our people are going to perish in the destruction that's coming here from Russia, China, Iran. All those missiles are about to be shot on this place. And it's all by the power of Yahawah and his son Yahawah, who they killed in 37 AD in the Roman Empire. He was a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. And he's the one that's bringing this war. World War III. Let's get that, Revelation 11.
It's a Revelation 11 and 14. It says, the second war was passed.
So the second war passed when? Oh, 1945. All right, 1938, really. That's when they really started kicking off, all the way to 1945. World War II. All right, World War I was what, 1914, 1918? Go ahead.
The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Behold, the third war is coming quickly. That's why these things are happening over there in those other lands. What are they talking about with Bibi or the fake? I don't want to say it on the YouTube, but the imposters. They're in that land bringing nothing but destruction, destroying all those people around them. You see that? Causing the whole world to suffer, right? So he said, what? Read that again. Go ahead, bro.
This is Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly.
See, it's coming quickly, man. So he said, what? 1,000 years is the day to the Lord? Yeah, 1,000 years is the day to the Lord. Go ahead, brother. Read.
It says, verse 15.
It's coming quickly, man.
And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven, saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord, Yahawah, Hamashiach.
So this world is about to become the kingdom of our Lord and our Savior, Yahawah. That's his true name. People call him Jesus. If you look at that name Jesus, it goes back to hell Zeus. So they're worshiping Zeus. Once again, Zeus goes back to Baal. Once again. So that name Baal just changed over time through the Greeks and the Romans. They called him Zeus. All right. So now the true name is Yahawah. And his son's name is Yahawah. All right. So he's about to rule on this earth one day in righteousness. This earth been given into the hand of the wicked. All right. Go ahead.
Verse 16, Revelation 11.
So long, little sister.
And the 24 elders which sat before.
Okay, that was it. Let's get the next one.
1,000 years.
Yep.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 8. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing,
Right.
that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years.
Right. So he said, "What? Behold, the third woe coming quickly." But in our time, we want everything like fast food. We want everything just like the internet, just quick. But, you know, why he can't get here now? Come get us out of here now. He don't love us. All right, go ahead.
And 1,000 years is one day.
Right, 1,000 years is as a day to the Lord. So 1,000 of our years is one day to the Most High. He don't even deal with our time. He's outside of time. He created time. Time is nothing but the sun and the moon going around the earth. They say the earth goes around the sun. But I beg the Bible begs to differ. It says the sun and the moon go around the earth. You see that? So one of those, 1,000 of those is a day to him. Woo! And he looks like a big giant black man with white and woolly hair. And we can show you according to the Bible. It's in Daniel 7. It's in Revelation, I think 1 and 13. Yep. It tells you the image of the Messiah. All right? So they've been destroying the Lord's people over here. You know, well deserved. But the hand that punishes his people touches the apple of his eye. He's gonna chop that hand off eventually. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
It says,
yep. Just because you whip somebody with a belt, that don't mean you got to keep it. You can cast that away. Go ahead.
the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness.
Right, they count slackness. What did they say? They said nobody see us. Let's go ahead and set up the what they just gave out during the lockdown. I can't say it on video. Right? Let's go ahead with our new world order. Let's go ahead with our reset, our global reset. Nobody see us. God ain't gonna do nothing. Right? Let's go ahead and just take over the world now. That's why you see Elon Musk pushing those robots today. Right? They're pushing their devices, their imagination. They said nobody see us. He ain't out there. Even the Pope don't even think most of God exists. They think aliens exist. So the aliens out there with God? No, the aliens are right here on the earth. It's us. Meaning aliens from the Lord. Alienated. That's what that means. Go ahead.
It says, but it's long suffering towards usward.
Right, but he's long. But the point is, the reason that it seems like the Lord is taking a long time is because of this. Revelation chapter 7. This is why. All right.
This is Revelation chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
4 corners doesn't mean flat earth. 4 corners mean 4 hemispheres of the earth. All right, go ahead.
Holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Right, the winds represent the destruction that's coming here. What's that, Jeremiah? What's that, Jeremiah, where it say destroying wind? Yeah, I think it is. But
that the wind should not blow on the earth.
Right, so what's stopping the wind, the World War III from happening? If not, they would already did it. They had the missile deterrent since World War II. Look at North Korea. They want to destroy South Korea. Right? Go ahead.
It says that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree.
Right, so that the winds don't destroy this place yet. All right, go ahead.
Verse 2, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given, the earth and the sea.
Right, so who's it? That's called God's intervention. Who's controlling all the wars on the earth? Who delivered us out of Babylon? Who brought us out of Egypt? Who spoke about raising up Alexander? And he did it in 334 BC. Alexander the Greek, they call him the Greek. Who raised up the Roman Empire? The Most High spoke of this stuff. He spoke of it in Daniel chapter 2. He spoke of it in Daniel chapter 7, the statue that was shown to Nebuchadnezzar. of the gold, the head of gold, the breastplate of silver, the legs of iron. So who? He spoke of all of that. That was shown to Nebuchadnezzar, around what, 506 BC. All right, or 605 BC. So look, I said exactly. So around 605 BC, that's when the Most High showed this to Nebuchadnezzar, and Daniel broke down. He told him what it meant. So he was talking about all these kingdoms. We in the last one now, where the European Union and NATO is ruling. You see that, and they're being broken up according to the Bible. All right, go ahead.
Verse 3, Revelation 7. Saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their forehead.
Right, so the Lord is waiting for the men to wake up to the truth. What's up, brother? All right, now. So the Lord is waiting for the Negro, Latino, and Native American man to wake up and turn back and repent to him. All right, but not according to color. But it starts there, But these people were scattered, and we look like everybody now. So it ain't our job to be like, if you don't look like Shaft, you can't make it. No, if you're not from these people, it don't matter what you look like. We don't know. But if the bloodline doesn't go back to these people, they're not going to make it out of here. And even 2/3, if this was a slice of pie, a third, 2 of those thirds not going to make it. Only 1/3 going to make it. That's what we're reading about Revelation 7. Go ahead.
Verse 4, Revelation 7.
Same thing the Lord did with Noah and the 8 souls that made it out of Sodom and Gomorrah, the flood. Sorry about that. All right, you had Lot that made it out of Sodom and Gomorrah. Only a small remnant is going to make it out of this destruction. It's going to be nuclear fire about to hit this place. It's going to get worse. All right, go ahead.
It says, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000.
Right, so we can't make nobody get this. That's why the Lord said when he showed up, he spoke to Peter, he said, I'm going to make you a fisher of men. And what happened when you go to fish? You don't know what fish you're going to catch. Back then, they didn't use the fishing line. They threw out the net. And you would gather all those fish in, and then you had to separate. Our job is to go out and gather in the fish, and the Spirit, the Lord, is going to do the separation. You see that? All right, go ahead.
It says,
so the Lord is sealing our brothers in their forehead, in your mind. To be sealed is to be proven, to prove to you that God is going to do what he said he's going to do. And to be able to prove to our people that God does love you. To be able to prove to our people that he exists. All right, he said those that come to him must believe that he is first. That's where you got to start. All right, and it's hard to prove it to our people. He said our people are stubborn, hard-hearted, hard-headed. Go ahead.
Back in verse 4, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
All the tribes of the children of Israel. See that? But they're teaching church that the Lord came to save the whole world. John 3:16. But they don't know that word world in John 3:16 is different from the Greek word oikomene. Oikomene means the earth. So he ain't come to save the whole earth, if you look it up. He came to save the cosmos. And if you look at the stars, you'll see cosmos. When you look at the Big Dipper, that's taking all those stars and bringing it to an orderly arrangement, making a design with it. You see that? So the orderly arrangement that the Lord set up is the elect of Israel. All right? So the Lord put it's Israelites. All right? So that's the cosmos. The church, the 7 churches of Asia Minor, those are all these people. All right? But he's not coming to save the whole earth. But once again, he's not going to replace his son like the brother got a son here. If he had to discipline his son, he's not going to say, all right, son, you're no longer my son now. I'm going to get a different son. You're gonna discipline your child. He's not gonna like it. He's gonna be humble, maybe even doubt himself a little bit. But then it's our job to what? Bring him back and build him up. But the son turning back to us is called what? Repentance. That's what it means. The word repent means to turn back. All right. So how can somebody turn back to something they were never a part of in the first place? That's the thing. All right. So those people in our land, they were never a part of the Most High. All right, we were Jacob and they were Esau. All right, so they have no part in our blessing, just like we have no part in this blessing. That's why we're on the bottom. You see that? Go ahead. Well, that was it, right?
Going to the 12 tribes.
12 tribes? Yeah, we don't need to go into that. Somebody got a precept? Destroying wind. Yeah, but he got either one.
All right, this is Jeremiah
Alright, beats to it.
51:1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that raise up against me a destroying wind.
Woo! So that this place is that destroying. This is Babylon. The word Babylon means confusion. All right. So this is that place that the Lord is going to raise up a destroying wind against this place. All right, and it's going to come from those ICBM missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. From Russia, it's going to be 200 million warheads that are going to be shot on this place real soon. And America, Babylon, America's guard is going to be gone. That's why we're seeing the economy failing, right? So what happens when you boxing? You got to break the person down first, and then you can go for the knockout. So the Lord is breaking this place down, taking it off his high horse, and then he's going to go for the knockout. All right? So it's coming, man. It's coming. And we believe that this is the year. It could be next year. That Yahawah is going to return. Revelations 1:7. Yep, then we're going to get y'all precept. Oh, shoot. Any other precept?
Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him.
Woo! So he's going to come with clouds. What they call UFOs, ever since the 60s, unidentified, we can identify them. They're in the Bible. In Ezekiel, it tells you about the wheel. Yep, there you go. But ain't no ET in them. They came up with ET phone home just to put people to sleep. Because at that time, you had the Foo Fighters during Vietnam. The Foo Fighters were known as UFOs. They were like, what is this cloud that keep popping up and it's taking off? It was the Foo Fighters. You know about that a little bit, probably. Right? So now we know them as the chariots of God. They're the chariots. That's the same thing that led us out of Egypt. In the wilderness, they said a cloud by day, fire by night. That's what it was. It's a vehicle. And it said an angel was in the cloud during the time of Egypt. In 1446 BC. That's when we left out of Egypt. The exact year in the springtime. That's the exact date. All right. So you got anything? You got anything on yours? You still reading 16? All right. So let's go back now. Yeah.
This is
Thank you.
No problem at all, man. Y'all good. And we can find us on YouTube, Lion's Den. Okay. The Lion's Den main page with a Z. You want to give them a flyer? They say cool. You know, it's all good. Yeah, so the thing ain't about color, man.
No.
Yeah, we ain't the crayon prophet, but we are the bloodline prophet.
Yeah.
Esau's bloodline, they going into slavery.
Right.
But you never know who you are.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
Good. It's a good thing.
That's right, man. Good vibes too, man.
Yeah. Absolutely.
All right, man. All right, brother. Peace. Good seeing you, man. I think I've seen you guys before. Yeah.
This is back at Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 8. It says, now, when I passed by thee and looked upon thee, behold, thy time was the time of love, and I spread my skirt over thee,
Right.
and covered thy nakedness.
My phone, ain't it? Yep.
Yea, I swear unto thee, and entered into a covenant with thee,
Yep.
saith the Lord Yahawah God, and thou becamest mine.
Woo, thou became mine. He took us in as his daughter. We weren't even his daughter. Well, you know, reality we are. We weren't even, he was like, yo, you was a stranger to me, man. Y'all was like Hamites.
No,
Right.
We didn't have any identity.
We had no identity. Well, we had an identity, we just didn't know it. We forgot it. You know? Because Joseph.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Abraham, we had identity. Yeah, we had identity. You know? But now, go ahead a little bit more. I think it's down to something beauty. You're going to see something say beauty.
Verse 9.
Yeah, I think this might be it.
It says, then washed I thee with water, yea, I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee.
See, the Lord washed us and cleansed us even to this day. And then he said what? He entered a covenant with us. What's that? The first covenant. And now he's about to enter the second covenant with us. Jeremiah 31:31. To where the Lord what? gives us the second covenant in the wilderness. All right, where the Lord is going to take up the elect into the chariots, bring them down into a wilderness, and then put the laws in the inward part, man. All right, we already going to be crowned. We already going to have, well, I don't know if we're going to be crowned yet, but we're already going to have immortal bodies. Now we just got to be programmed. That's right, man, and giving crowns and badges. That badge is going to be a crown. Just like Esau got a badge. They get deputized. You my deputy. Go ahead, brother.
Then washed I thee with water.
All right, well,
You got one? Oh, I think he got something. Yep.
all right, this is Jeremiah chapter 2, verse 22. It says, For though thou wash thee with nitrate, and I take much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith the Lord. How canst thou say, I am not polluted? I have not gone after Baalim. See thy way in the valley, know what thou hast done. Thou art a swift dromedary traversing her ways.
Yep.
So the Lord, even though the Lord washed us and made us clean, giving us the laws, what did we do? We said we weren't going to transgress, but you turn the page. You turn the page to the next page, and it says Israel did that when it was evil in the sight of the Lord. So the Lord had to continue to wash us and wash us and wash us. The laws were for the physical part, but Yahawah came down to wash us in the spirit.
Right. All right. Yeah, all the way to 14.
Come on. Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 9. Then wash I thee with water.
Yeah, 15. I mean, my bad.
Yea, I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil.
Right, he did that by giving us the laws. All right, and now we got dirty again, started waddling in the mud, and then the Lord said, "What? I'm gonna wash you again." You know, now I got to put some elbow grease on him. Put some extra in there now. Some extra Tide and bleach.
Yeah.
That's called Yahawah. Yeah. Put the extra in. You got to make it potent to clean us. We was dirty, stink.
Verse 10.
Better than hyssop, yeah. Right.
It says, I clothe thee also with broidered works.
Right, man.
Or broidered works, Salakia.
Yeah, he gave us clothing. He literally gave us broidered works like Aaron. You know, he gave him a priest. I mean, he gave a priesthood. Go ahead.
It says, and shod thee with badger skin.
Right, literally, and spiritually. All right, he shot us with badger skin. And what the world want to cover us up with? The leaves of Adam. You know, little leaves that can blow away with the wind, that fall right off. You still basically half naked like they be in the Roman Empire pictures. Right, you see the Caesars dressed up with it, damn leaf on them.
It says, and I girded thee about with fine linen.
Right, and the Lord gave us fine linen, man, and linen is pure. All these fabrics we wear today, man, they actually cause all kind of cancers and everything. You know, and bad negative energy. But linen is made from flaxseed. We used to use linen to make candle wicks with. All right, which was also known as flaxseed. So if you want to make linen clothing, you would make it from flaxseed. So that means we were walking around literally like pieces of grass. We like grass people. You know, being in tune, man, with the earth. We're going to have linen on it, something probably even better. Yeah. All right, so that linen is important. It's hard to find nowadays, but it's expensive.
And I covered thee with silk.
Right, and the Lord covered us with silk, man. We had silk. What they think it come from China? Nah, man. Yeah, silk. You know what I'm saying?
That's satin.
That's satin. Come from spiders and all that. I think you got different forms of silk. It don't just come from the spider.
Verse 11. I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands.
Right, and to have bracelets, to have ornaments and bracelets, you got to have the resources to do so. Gold, silver. So the Lord gave us all of that. And we had this in such splendor, we would manicure our houses with it.
Yeah.
All right, the proof of that, you can read the 2 Kings. We'll talk about Hezekiah.
It says, I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands, and a chain upon thy neck.
Right, go ahead.
And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thine ears,
Yep.
and a beautiful crown upon thy head.
Right. He made us a high priest. He made us priesthood. He made us a high priest, man. That jewel on the forehead means he gave us his name. Go ahead.
This is thus, verse 13. Thus was thou decked
Right.
with.
And that jewel on the forehead also represents a mitre, a mitre. And a mitre, whenever you talk about a mitre, you're talking about priesthood. All right. The Lord gave us a high priest. Go ahead, brother.
It says, thus was thou decked with gold and silver.
Yeah, you talking about being decked out? The Lord decked us out like somebody, like Jacob tried to deck out their car. He said, "I made you right, man. I made you perfect." You know what I mean? He went through all the humans. And he's like, "No, I put that spit shine on you."
Making me fresh.
Yeah, man.
It says, thus was thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk, and braided work. Thou didst eat fine flour.
We went from that to wearing potato sacks now. He said we're gonna prophesy in sackcloth. we were from that to sackcloth. You know,
Get this beautiful stuff off of me. Like,
too heavy. They always say, right? They say it's too heavy, and they cast it off. Yeah. I think you always bring that one up. That's always one of your favorites. Or you, I think. Go ahead.
It says, thou didst eat fine flour and honey.
Right,
and
we have fine flour and honey. But what he said, we're gonna eat our bread defiled. Yeah, what do you make bread with? Flour. All right, so that represents the food here. Anything that would strengthen us in this society, like food and resources. We're gonna deal with that defiled in this place. Let me know when y'all get to a precept just in case. Go ahead.
This is Sirach chapter 6. I'm gonna start at verse 20. It says, "She is very unpleasant to the unlearned. He that is without understanding will not remain with her. She will lie upon him as a mighty stone of trial, and he will cast her. He will cast her from him ere it be long. For wisdom is according to her name, and she is not manifest unto many." So come, man. Hey, if this get too heavy for our people, man, they're gonna cast it off, man. They don't want the responsibility of upholding this truth, man. They don't want the responsibility of carrying out this truth, the duties that's given to us, man. You know, they don't want to do that. They want to indulge in their own folly. They want to do the things that are pleasing to them, not pleasing to the Lord, but what satisfies them instead of what satisfies the Lord, man.
Right. What is saying? As much as when much is given, much is required. So, like the brother said, our people didn't want to bear the responsibilities of having all being draped with what the Lord draped us with. So what they did is, like, it's easier to be. Let us go back into Egypt. So it will be much easier for us then. That's the mindset of our people. Well, 2/3 of them.
Yep. They try to take the road less traveled. Or the road most traveled. And
The path of least resistance.
Thank you. The path of least resistance, man. And that's what they on. But the Lord told us we got to walk through the streets. We got to go through the resistant path, man. The Lord gonna resist you a little bit, man. We gotta prove ourselves. All right. All the way to the 15.
We got.
Oh, real quick, yeah.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whether I will drive them.
There you go. Yep. Go ahead. No.
this is back at Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 13. It says, thus wast thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk, and broidered works.
Damn. You imagine how women looked and we was fly, cozy, chilling, and could fight as a nation. As a nation, you know, largely you can't fight.
Yes.
It says, thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil.
Right, but now we eat that amongst the Gentiles. We don't know what's in that shit. They got gluten, gliding, sensitivity.
We gotta get a dictionary just to see what the hell.
You gotta get a dictionary just to see the ingredients. Like, what the heck is this? What is red 40? Well, come to find out it's beetles. Or some type of bug, I mean.
It says, and thou wast exceeding beautiful.
Right, we were exceeding beautiful, man. This is the creator. He said what? Man, that's like, somebody get that, damn. Oh, there you go. Get that real quick. They said we live our lives as a tale. Take my bad. Real quick. Here you go. Psalms 90 and 9. Psalms 90 and 9. All right, don't lose where you at, brother. Yeah, Psalms 90 and 9.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 90, verse 9. For all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told.
Look at that. So we living in a dream, man. We living in a story. There you go. Hebrews 5 and 9. We live our lives like the tale that is told, man. Of a mighty, there's all kinds of different tales in that story. You got the tale of a prince, a daughter that becomes a princess. You got a tale of a lion that's destroyed and comes back to fight and conquer. You got the story of princes that become kings someday and become sons again to their father. Man, go ahead, brother.
It's Hebrews chapter 5, verse 9.
A story of heroes. Heroes go back to gods.
And being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obey him.
Woo, so he's the author of that story that we living in like a dream. But some people love this American dream better. But now they say, what? It's a nightmare. The American dream has become a nightmare for our people. The Negro, Latinos, Native Americans. The father's true name is Yahawah, and his son's name is Yahawah, man. That's right, brother. We got to turn back to him, man. He's looking for 144,000 men that's going to stand up for him and protect our families, man. All right? From World War III. Let's get it.
This is back at Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 13. It says, thus wast thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk, and broidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou was exceeding beautiful, and thou didst prosper.
Right, we used to be beautiful as a nation. But after slavery, now look at our nation. It's ugly, man. Look at the condition of our people. Look at Lil Kim. Look at Diddy. Look at all the people that supposed to represent our people. TD Fakes. Creflo steal your dollar. Look at, Obama's not our people, so we can't include him. They try to say we're Africans. We're not African. We're Israelites. God's chosen people. All right? So that makes the man a prince and the woman, a daughter, a princess of the Most High, the Father. Direct descendant bloodline. Go ahead.
It says, and thou didst prosper into a kingdom.
Right, and we wound up prospering into a whole kingdom. Coming out of Egypt. Being nobodies, not even having an identity. The Lord was able to raise us up and make us into a nation. All the way up until King David. But we had a thriving kingdom. That's right. That's right.
Verse 14. And thy renown went forth among the heathen.
Right. So at that time, the Lord made our fame. Our fame. You want to get my flyer? Oh no, he out now. Our fame was sent out amongst the heathens, man. All right. Go ahead. What was that with Joshua and Rahab?
It says, and thy renown went forth
a little stronger, brother.
among the heathen for thy beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I had put upon thee, saith the Lord Yahawah.
Right, so America fell for that same thing. They said America was draped up and dripped out. I think Revelation 17 or 18. All right, she was dressed in, she was a harlot and decked with purple and royal. Most High dressed up like that. And what happened? She became prideful through her transgression, through her wine. All right, go ahead.
Verse 15. It says, but thou didst trust in thine own beauty.
Right. I ain't hear this out here in like weeks, bro. Soon as I finally teach, now it's like,
verse 15. It says, but thou didst trust in thine own beauty, and playedest the harlot because of thy renown, and pouredest out thy fornications on every one that passed by.
Right, they started making deals with every nation. They started making deals because we had gold and silver, all these different things. They started making business deals with the other nations. All right, and through those business deals, you had family ties happening. The Lord said that wasn't supposed to happen back then. And then through those family ties and idolatry kicked in. All right, so you smell gas from that shit too. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up soon. Go ahead. That was 15.
15. It says, "His it was." That was the last 2 words.
That was it. All right, come on. Let's go back to Psalms 10 and 2. Finally,
This is Psalms 10 and 2.
Yep.
The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor.
See, through all of that, and now that they're in their rulership, look what they did with it. All right, they decided to persecute us. When America got draped up and dripped out and sat on the horse, her high horse, the Most High sat her there. And sat and lifted Esau up. But in their pride, they decided to persecute us as a people.
You want to get it?
What, Revelation
17, right here.
Why not? Yeah, I feel you.
This Revelation chapter 17, verse 3. So he carried me away in the spirit unto the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns.
Right, so all these nations came together from amongst Esau. God damn, I feel like I'm yelling. All right, all these nations came together from amongst Esau, like a wave comes out of the sea, or like a monster comes out of the damn sea, and starts to scare the shit out of everybody that's on land. That's what this dragon did. And through the dragon, they helped to establish what you would call NATO. And through NATO, the spearhead, the general of it would be America. All right, go ahead. So they were lifted up and exalted, man. But the Most High put that cup in their hand.
Verse 4, and the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornications.
I think so. Right. We're going.
Yeah. So basically, and that cup that everybody drunk from was all the abominations that America was setting up. All the adulteries, the dollar, all the fornications, everything that was going on, especially going back in Babylon, the same thing. But it was a new form of it. Everybody, you can worship whatever you want to worship. You can have whatever type of sexuality you want to have. Like all those things, you can do whatever. Anything contrary to Yahawah, you can do here in America. And what did America do? In the name of democracy, they spread that mindset throughout the whole earth, turning the whole world into a wilderness.
Right. Let's get this one first, though. Jeremiah 51 and 7. That's right. Still?
This is Jeremiah 51 and 7. Oh, never mind. That's the order one.
Jeremiah 51 and 7. Babylon. Jeremiah 51 and 7.
Right.
Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
So who controlled Babylon? Who put that cup into her hand? The Most High did, Yahawah. All right, his son Yahawah. Go ahead.
That made all the earth drunken.
Yeah, go ahead.
Amen.
The nations.
Yeah, it's Amen, not Amen. Go ahead, though. Yeah.
The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad.
Right, there go to. Therefore, our people are mad too, and the nation's mad. Go ahead. So the Most High used America and put the cup into her hand and exalted her. She's been a golden cup to deceive these nations, so they can be what? Foolish. All right. They fell for the bait. That word "mad" doesn't mean they were angry. That word "mad" means they became foolish, like Russia and China, that pegged their currency to the dollar. All right, and China, Russia, that fell for the okie doke in 1944 with the Bretton Woods Agreement and agreed to use the dollar as their reserve currency, trusting that America would lead the way. That's all America is built on, is confidence. Now they're losing confidence in this place. All right, so they're waking up from being mad or foolish out of their damn mind. All right. Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
This Psalms 49 and 16. It says, be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away. his glory shall not descend after him.
Read it again. Read it again.
It says, be thou not, Psalms 49:16, it says, be not thou afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased.
Oh, you got to break it down.
Come on, yeah, hey, so hey, don't worry about Esau, man. Hey, even though they actually mount up to the skies, hey, all of it's gonna come tumbling down, man. So envy not thy oppressor, neither choose none of his ways. Why? Because hey, his end is gonna be dung and worms, man.
Verse 47 says, for when he dieth, he shall carry nothing away.
So hey, all these riches that he done got by deceit, he won't be able to take it away with him, man. So he won't be able to carry it away. He's gonna leave it right here, ultimately for us, all right.
It says his glory shall not descend after him.
Hey, his works are not gonna follow him, man. You know, that's why Esau's gonna be cut off, all right. You know, hey, his works are not gonna follow him. Only works that Esau have done down here was to go contrary against the Lord Yahawah Bashim Yahushua, man, to hold us down, which is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
Read verse 11 real quick.
All right, going to verse 11, it says that inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
God. Hey, and that's what Esau think, man. They think this bad boy go continue to go on forever and ever and ever. Hey, they probably have deceived them, man. They feel like nobody can bring them down to the ground, man. But ultimately, hey, it's them setting the traps for their own self, man. All right, the Lord Yahawah Bashim Yahushua is gonna bring you down like a snake biting his own tail. You think you're getting off on somebody else, but really you hurting yourself.
Right, man. All right, how much time we got? Nobody got no charger, do they?
If you got the juice, though.
Yeah, a little bit, right? Probably. I had the one you gave me right at the house, but you do? Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Yep, see if we got something. I don't know what the heck going on with this one.
Like one little light.
Well, it's doing something. Yeah, three. Well, it's doing something though.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see what it got. Let's see what it got. Yep. Drain all the juice out of that. Out of that lemon. All right. Yeah, let's keep going real quick. It's all good. He don't really have to, but you know, 'cause we might not use it. It's up to y'all to tell him. Where was that?
So back to Psalm chapter 10. What you call it? Reading Psalms 49. Yeah, as the precept.
Yeah, he already broke it down, though, right? Yeah, look, we go back to this.
This is Psalms 10 and chapter 10, verse 2.
Yeah, we're on 11, so we're going
The wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
here.
For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous whom the Lord abhorreth.
There you go. See that? So now you abhor it. Yeah, it's like boom, boom, three. Abhor it, rip. Yeah, 3 syllables. Abhor it, rip. So, yeah, it's tight. But abhor it, all right? So the wicked, they bless the covetous. So anybody that's greedy, they'll get blessed in this society, like these pastors, these politicians, you know, Bill Gates, all of them. All right, so they bless the covetous, okay? They don't bless the meek. You know? So they bless the greedy, the police, the departments, the agencies. All right, people that want to become tyrants, they get raised up. Yeah, man, all these agencies, these churches, schools. All right, go ahead.
The wicked, through the pride of his conscience, will not seek after Yahawah Bashim Yahushua.
Yep, they're blinded by their own riches, by their own fat. You know, go ahead.
Yahawah is not in all his thoughts.
Right, so when you hear Elon Musk talking about his little robot droids and all that, that's not his plans. His plans are not lining up with righteousness. His plans are not saying someday I'm gonna have these robots on the earth and they can serve the Most High and help clean up the earth so we can make it right for when the Lord show up. He ain't thinking, you know, that would be stupid.
He's trying to create artificial life himself.
Yeah, that's it. He think he's God.
Yeah.
That's it. And I gotta do a lesson when I get home. What did he wear the last devil day that they used to worship that they call Halloween? He wore a damn Baphomet shirt.
Oh yeah, con.
But so
upside down, cross and shit on the back.
right. So what's the difference between these robots? Same thing. It's science. It's demonic.
You got 2/3 of our people. You got 2 Chainz saying he gonna order one.
We gonna order one of them robots. They're gonna kick it. That robot gonna beat his ass and sleep. he gonna have his hanging on 2 Chainz.
That thing's gonna malfunction.
Yeah. Remember iRobot? You better watch that. If I was 2 Chainz homie, as soon as he said that, I'd text him about robot to move. I'm like, remember. Yeah, he went to Mufasa. Yeah, Terminator. That's even better. Yeah. So the Terminator. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 5. His ways are always grievous.
Right. Everything they do is grievous, man. All right. You know, they build these robots, the digital system, everything they're talking about. This whole new metropolis they want to build. It's going to be grievous to the Lord's people if we're in it. All right.
Thy judgments are far above out of his sight.
Right, so the judgment, what's up, we good? All right, the judgment, what's the judgments? All right, the Most High's judgment. And even Judgment Day is far above out of Esau's sight, man. He can't see it.
God, they don't see it coming, man. You know, they once again, they feel like they can't be brought down, man. Right. So it's going to be brought upon them as a thief in the night, you know?
That's right. I'll probably wrap it up after this precept, this chapter. We ain't gonna drill into the ground. All right. You know what I'm saying? You got precept?
Yeah. All right. This is Jeremiah chapter 50. Oh, slacking. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 24. It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against the Lord. Right, so the Esau been striven against the Lord, so he's setting them up for the okie doke. The Lord said, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou was unaware. Like, he don't even know that he putting the gun to his own head and the Lord forcing him to do it. He like Team Rocket, always setting traps and forgetting where they set the trap at and then fall into it.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
Isaiah chapter 52, verse 1. Awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. For henceforth there shall no more come in unto thee the uncircumcised and the unclean.
Right, so how do you put that on? Putting on that strength, putting on the covering of Yahawah, man. In Zechariah chapter 13, it speaks about a fountain open unto a house of Israel in Jerusalem for sin and uncleanliness. That's how we put on our strength through Yahawah. That's our covering now, because the laws ain't gonna cover us because we're wrapped in this sinful flesh. So that's why he had to establish a new covenant. It's being established through Yahawah, and ultimately it'll be sealed when he puts the laws in our inward parts, man. So we can't put on the covering of these nations, man, because there's no strength in that. That's weakness. That keeps, every time we put on the covering of one of these nations, it keeps tearing us down. So to put on the covering of Yahawah, that is our true strength.
Hey, no, every time we put on the cover of these nations, we get sick.
Yeah.
Hey, and by doing that too, it shows resentment to the Lord Yahawah himself by saying that pretty much the blueprint that he has drawn out for us is not good enough for us. He won't be able to do us no justification to the situation that we're in, man.
Right, they don't trust the Lord. All right, go ahead, brother.
Back at Psalm.
We need to pass it off to him, brother.
Back at Psalm chapter 10, verse 5. His ways are always grievous, thy judgments are far above out of his sight.
Right.
As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He have said in his heart, I shall not be moved.
Right, they said in their heart. This is the conscience at the G20 meetings. And all these little Masonic meetings they be having. They're saying amongst themselves, how can we set this up so we'll never be moved? What can we set up so we'll never be taken out of place? All right? And what they say, I missed the word. Go back again, that one verse.
It's verse 5 of Psalm chapter 10, his ways are always grievous.
Right, so everything they do, the digital system they bring in, is going to be grievous to our people and our children. Go ahead.
Thy judgments are far above out of his sight.
Right, they don't know about the judgments of Yahawah and his son Yahawah. All right, Esau, the Caucasian race, they don't know the right hand side. They only know the left hand side. Go ahead.
As for all his enemies, he puffed at them.
As for all, this is what I wanted. Yep. As for all his enemies, and we were his top enemy. Deuteronomy 28, where it said we're gonna be sold to our enemies. That's right. And he said what? They know that King David, King Solomon, those are our people. All right. Paul, Isaiah, those are our people, man. All right, but they call us African. You see that? All right, brother, peace, man. Yo. All right, what you said? He puffed at them. And the puff at him, he'd be like this. They ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing. They'll never get up. Yeah, I knocked Israel down years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like the boy for what that? Don't be amazed. It ain't nothing to me. Bring it. It ain't nothing. Yeah.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Right.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Right. We didn't see our land anymore. All right. We didn't see our land, and when we see it, it's gonna be different. It might be a glass parking lot. Right, with little burnt bones laying around.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
Right. So in this place, we were sold unto our enemies, man. All right. This is the place, man, that the Lord set up for us, and they sold us to our enemies. We were sold into their hands. All right. Finishing off the prophecy of Daniel chapter 9. You know. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 6 of Psalm chapter 10, he hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved.
Right, these devils said in their heart, in their conscience, their mindset is that they will never be moved out of rulership. Go ahead.
For I shall never be in adversity.
Right, they don't believe that they're going to go into slavery under us someday. But why did we go into slavery under them? So that would mean that the Most High is not righteous, but he is righteous. He's a righteous power. All right, so they don't know that the Lord is righteous. Go ahead.
Verse 7, his mouth is full of cursing.
Right, so his mouth is full of nothing but wickedness and curses. Go ahead.
And deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity.
Right, man. Yep. Go ahead. So everything Esau speaks is nothing but poison. Their policies, their religious talk, you know. Go ahead.
Verse 8.
The number fraud, man. They're fraud. Yeah, man. Ponzi schemes. Look at that dude, man. That's the face of fraud right there. There's only one face you know I'm looking at. I ain't have to say it. That's him, man. That's a quintessential Edomite right there. All you have to do is give him longer hair. Give him longer hair and a beard. That's Cesare Borgia right there. Go ahead. The salesman. That's them.
Verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
Right, one more time, man. So the pyramid scheme, that's why they have the whole pyramid in the eye. You know, they believe they're the all-seeing eye looking down at the pyramid from the top. Pressure above, pressure below. You know? So he said, what? They set their eye, what did it say?
It said, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, right. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent.
Right, you ain't gonna see Rothschild out there hunting, you know, chasing people down by itself. What they do is they set up agencies to do it. Something called racism, which is a system against a certain race. All right, and that's where they find us in the streets. Lock a brother up for 6 months for jaywalking, and then the dude, remember that judge said that the other day, walking while black. You know that? Yeah. See that? So that was one of those. See, he got exposed. They were trying to catch us in those lurking places, man. Those secret places, I mean. All right, they be lurking. Who they looking for? They ain't looking for Esau. They looking for our people. That's right, man. Also, the lurking places are those churches. The lurking places are these schools. All right, anywhere they can trip us up at. These agencies, the IRS, whatever. The entertainment industry. Hey, look what they did to Michael Jackson.
Yeah. Hey, no, Con, you say all the lurking places. They make sure they watch, and just in case we try to go astray from it. Just for instance, school, man. You know, if you don't go to school, your parents got to go to jail. You know, so forth and so forth. They got to keep you in the rat race, man. That's why we got to flee out of this place mentally, spiritually. You know.
That's right, man. All right, so that's their whole MO, man. The lurking places to trip us up. All right, go ahead.
His eyes are privily set against the poor.
Right, so his eyes are always like you just said that. So they watching. Their eyes are privily set against the poor, man. Their eyes are set against Jacob, man. All right.
Verse 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
Right, they did catch us. They caught us in slavery. And they drew us into their net. And now 2/3 are going to be caught in that net. That drag. All right, go ahead. We're going to wrap it up soon.
He croucheth and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strongness.
There you go.
Right. That's that roaring lion seeker whom he may devour, man. You know, as the brothers were speaking on, hey, they tossing out all these different what's the word I'm looking for? All these different
agencies.
Yeah, agencies, you know, and whatnot for us to indulge in, you know. So they put them out there, you know, that way so we can trip up and go off, man. You know, because by us indulging and putting their agencies, what they set up on this earth, all right, by us putting that first, it takes away the path from the Lord Yahawah. Why? Because we're constantly thinking about what we have to do to get aside in Esau's society, man. You know, hey, but we need to be thinking about what we need to do to get out of Esau's society, you know.
Go ahead, brother.
I appreciate it.
Oh, look at that smile. Look at it. Let's see. Go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Revelation,
Yes, yeah,
chapter
nice
13, verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And who's going to be the first ones to you know, be begging to take that on is the poor, like the brother was just going into. You know, the poor, the ones who are already reliant on this wicked ass system, are going to be the first ones to take that. They're not even going to be forced to take it. They're going to ask for it.
They're going to ask for it.
You know?
They're not gonna see it as a blessing when the dollar collapses.
Oh man, it's the same thing that Esau did back then, like with the welfare system. Because Esau, like it was saying in the scripture, their eyes is set privily against the poor, and the biggest thing that they had with the welfare system, it was no man in the house, and they used to come through and try to check the house, make sure there was no man in there, so the woman can get the welfare check. Yeah, gone, man. So it's gonna be the same thing now. And that they even set our women against our the men, and they're gonna want that benefit. That's all it's about. It's about the benefits. That's what they want. That's what they need to feel secure.
You also had in the times of old, you had the law on if a slave was to love his master, they'll get their ear chopped off, or if they wanted to stay, so to speak. So spiritually, that's what the Lord is setting up 2/3 of our people to do. So where they love their master so much, they go get a form of branding by way of from Esau.
They used to call it ooh.
Hey, damn. Hey, so Con, man, that's why we got to get the branding.
Fraternities and shit too.
Hey, Con. That's why we got to get the branding of the Lord Yahawah Bashim Yahushua that's talked about in Revelation 7, man. Also Ezekiel 9, all right? That's why we're doing that right now, you know, branding the Lord Yahawah Bashim Yahushua's sheep spiritually, you know? Hey, so that way that way they can get that Tawah, man, being exempt from judgment, you know?
Oh, that part? Yeah, let's take the walk. Yep. Amongst our little community, we know what that means. Where we at?
10 and 11. It's back at Psalms 10, verse 11. He hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it.
All right, that's what they said, man. All right, they said he will never see it. Look at that. Let's end it with this one, man. I'll wrap it up. 2 Ezra 16 and 61. What's wrong with that cut, man?
16 and 9.
16 and 61.
Yes.
This is 2 Ezra. This is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 61. He made man and put his heart in the midst of the body.
Right, so anything a person can think in their mind, the Most High created the whole brain. He even created the thoughts that come into your brain. All right? If not, they wouldn't exist.
And gave him breath, life, and understanding.
Right, so Esau gets his breath, life, and we got the understanding. Go ahead.
Verse 62, yea, in the spirit of the Almighty God, Yahawah, which made all things, and searcheth out all hidden things in the secrets of the earth.
Right, so the same, that's what wisdom does. Wisdom is like instruction. Wisdom is something that you, what's the word? Apply it to something. All right, so you got to take wisdom and apply it to your life. So the workings of the earth, from the heavens on down, from the spiritual heavens onto the physical heavens, through the what's it called, the firmament. All of that is the Lord's wisdom working its way down to the earth. Ionization, right? The changing of the elements. All right, lightning, storms. All of that represents the wisdom of the Lord, the workings of even down to the ocean. It took wisdom to operate through the earth like that. All right, so you think the Lord can't find out what the hell these devils doing, or created it, what they're doing? Go ahead. Interjection. Go ahead, bro.
This Sirach, chapter 33, verse 10, it says, and all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. And much knowledge the Lord hath divided them and made their ways diverse. Right, so you have the ways of Esau, or you have the ways of the left-hand side, and you have the ways of the right-hand side. But 2/3 of our people are chosen to follow after the ways of the left-hand side, but the Lord made everybody to his intent, to his purpose. And he made their ways diverse. So you're gonna see what? You're gonna see wickedness and you're gonna see righteousness on the earth. All right, what side is the Lord pushing you on?
Verse 63 of 2 Ezra 16. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what you think in your hearts.
what you think. Yeah, what you think you're going to do in your heart. Everything you thinking of, Elon Sandusky, all of them. Anything they thinking in their heart, in their little secret societies, all right, the think tanks, the technocrats, the innovators, all the stuff they're thinking in their heart of heart. Klaus Schwab, the Schwab family, right? All of them, what they're thinking in their heart, the Rothschilds. All right, the Lord knows what they're thinking, what they're hiding from the world, man.
It says, even them that sin and would hide their sin.
See that? Esau is in transgression. That's what the word transgression means, to continually sin. And they try to hide it. They try to hide it that it's them that's doing that shit on the earth. What happened when Israel bombed a certain place? They said it wasn't us or America. You know? Yeah. They said America had nothing to do with it.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 64, 2 Ezra 16.
Right, they want to get rid of the statues. What they call that? Thank you, man. I always forget that. Critical race theory, where they take their history out. They said there should be a shameful spewing on that glory. So everything they gloried in is going to be a shameful spewing on that. So all of their slave masters that they had, Greeks and all that, there's a shameful spewing on that now. All right, all that they gloried in. Go ahead, brother.
In Psalms 37 and 38, it says, but the transgressors shall be destroyed together, the end of the wicked shall be cut off. So ultimately the wicked is gonna get destroyed, you know what I'm saying, in due time, and they're gonna be cut off, you know, after they served 1,000 years in slavery, man.
Right, man. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, ultimately we shouldn't be fearing these wicked men, but fearing Yahawah, who is the author of this whole story, man. You know?
He probably Jake, you never know. He look Irish or something. I'm lying. He like Roman. All right, go ahead, man.
It's Obadiah chapter 1, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? That's what the elders talk about with these hidden agendas that Esau and these world elites got going on. They get around, do what they want, that they can't catch no judgment. But the Lord put these thoughts into their head to do so he can judge them for it. And ultimately, that's what's going on with these latter times. The hidden things of Esau are being sought out. The Lord has his prophets on the highways and byways prophesying the downfall of this place, consuming the mystery of iniquity with his mouth. The word of Yahawah Shem Yahweh Shai.
Haitian something. You gotta be Haitian also like that. Like Benjamin. All right, where was that?
Second Ezra 16. The second Ezra chapter 16, verse 64. It says,
Benjamin right there. Exactly.
it says, therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works.
Ooh, so the Lord is way ahead of them, man. That's why the Lord said, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. And they laid the snare for themselves. So the Most High is way ahead of them, man. They can't do nothing unless the Most High say so. Revelation 7. The angels holding back the winds. So he searched out all that they could do. And the Most High set it up. And he set their boundary. He set their, thank you. The Lord has set their boundaries that they cannot pass. All right? So they got a limit to their madness. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 64, it says, therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame.
That day coming, man. That day coming, man. All right, any more precepts? Let's run these real quick, man. We're gonna wrap it up. That's right. He's gonna put them all to shame, man. It's coming.
This is Psalms chapter 9, verse 17.
That's right.
It says, the wicked shall be turned into hell, and all nations that forget Yahawah.
Right. So, yep. Go ahead.
So the wicked going to be turned into hell. We already know what hell means. We already know where it leads to. Basically, the wicked is going to be put out of the earth, and all nations that forget the Heavenly Father gonna get some straightening. The Lord gonna get his recognition.
Yeah, they're going into slavery first.
God.
Yeah, they gotta get that punishment first, and then they can catch a break.
But until then, they're gonna be getting broke like dishes.
Yeah, they're gonna get who? Go ahead, bro.
It's in Psalm chapter 49, verse 11.
Yeah, keep the power, yeah.
The inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And so kind of ultimately their lands are not going to continue forever. They think they're going to be able to do this forever, just like, Elon was saying Sandusky.
Yeah, Sandusky. Elon must be Sandusky.
So kind, but it's not going to continue forever.
Yeah, must. Don't that mean like stink?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Yeah, man. All right, yeah, that's cool, man. I think that's pretty good. I feel like only 10 minutes went by, though, but it's all good. We got 2 precepts from the lesson. But that's a blessing, though, man. I really don't want to wrap it up, but I don't want to also overexert it. So we're gonna wrap it up, man. We're gonna give praises to the Most High and His Son in the ancient Hebrew and double honor to the elders. We're gonna say call, Halayim, La, Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, Ma'amaf. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and their elders, and shalom to you, Akim and Akwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth, man, around the 4 corners of the earth, man, because we almost out of here. World War III is at the door. The Most High about to judge this place, man. And our people still calling on the wrong name. The Father's name is Yahawah. His Son's name is Yahawah. All right? That Jesus gonna get your juice. All right? Juice meaning electricity. Fire. So, yeah, man, we're gonna wrap it up, man. But love this work. He said, hate not labor's work. You know what I mean? And love the Most High, man. And you won't be so worried about yourself. If your intentions is to love God. All right? Am I of your luck? Am I not? Well, how about do you love Him? Just show that first and let Him do the rest. All right? So we're going to end it, man. Say, Shalawah.
Shalom. GTA, keep pushing.
Yep.